Agents. Agents, hello. Come in. Agents. Agents, are you there? Oh, there you are. Say hello, gang.
Hello, gang.
Hello, gang.
Hello.
Welcome, everyone, to this special one-shot of Titan Effect, brought to you by Knight Errant Games, setting for Savage Worlds. Super excited for this adventure here. Let's say hello to those agents of the Spear Agency, starting right above me with Candace the Magnificent. Say hello, tell us who you're playing.
Hi, everybody. I'm Candace Magnificent, as Todd said, and I am playing Momo Gatwa.
Thank you very much. Super excited to have you.
Oh, she's a human psychic. Sorry, I forgot to fill in like what she does. Sorry.
And next to you, the Ray Zombie. Hello, sir.
Hello. I'm Ray Zombie, and I'm playing a dude named Striker Dragon, and he's a sneaky guy, and he sneaks, and that's about it.
We will see how well. Thank you for being here. Playing Dusa. Maddie Matihi, so say hello.
Hello, everyone. I'm Maddie Matihi, or Piper. I today am playing a chimera that you can find, of course, in the Titan Effect book. Their name is Dusa. They use they, she pronouns, and of course, I use they, he pronouns. They're going to be wonderful, tall, and a bit bitey, maybe. We'll see.
Fantastic. Thank you for being here. And down at the end, last but not least, Logan, say hello.
Hi, I'm Logan Hanley, and I'll be playing Hearthmut, a natural therianthrope, which can also be found in the Titan Effect book. And he's kind of a scout, point man, kind of scouter type of dude.
All right. Fantastic team we have assembled here. Looking forward to this. I will be your director for tonight's session. I am Todd Moonbounce. Thank you all for being here with us in the Bounce House for this session. Before we dive in, we do have an announcement in regards to Titan Effect, the setting. We are giving away digital copies of that game. 5 of those. I think we'll do probably a couple when we go to break, and then 3 more at the end of the show. So lots of chances to win. So let me get that going here. I should have done that during intros, but it's okay. Start giveaway. It is live. So ! Titan in the chat will get you entered. As we said, 5 copies that we are giving away for you to win. So be sure to enter that. It's a fantastic system if you're into kind of Metal Gear Solid and tactical espionage, sci-fi, and hopefully show that off here tonight. So, all right, everyone, are we ready to dive in? Agents, are we ready?
Ready.
Okay. So, 4 of you, review your briefing of your mission as you fly towards the Amazonian jungle via helicopter at this point to get to a drop where you've received intel that Ares, a powerful private military company, has apparently been transporting a new Chimera prototype. Their transport has crashed in the jungle, and you all have been tasked with locating that, retrieving it, and dispatching the prototype as it is deemed dangerous. So we come in as the 4 of you are managing your descent there. Any last preparations, thoughts, etc. as you come down for the beginning of your mission?
I think you see, and we're currently kind of in a plane flying, correct? Before
Helicopter, yeah, yep.
Helicopter, sorry, my apologies.
Yeah.
Sitting in the helicopter, you see it's a little bit cramped. They're a bit thin, very lithe, but extremely tall, about a little over 6 feet. You see what kind of looks like almost a gorgon. They have green scales, this kind of large headpiece that has different red accents in there. Whenever they open their mouth, you see it's only just sharp, jagged teeth in their mouth, slight off-white color. these yellow, almost slightly glowing eyes to them. They're strapped up with, it looks like there's a bunch of little pouches and compartments that are on their skin tight outfit. Not wearing any shoes as they have very large clawed feet. As she kind of checks her various bags, you see she pulls out kind of this small roundish object and then looks at it, sees there's like a label on it that says smoke and says, oh, wrong package. And seems to slide it into another pouch there and kind of pats everything down. Says, all of you ready for the drop off?
Momo kind of like looks up and like tosses her hair out of her face and pulls out her retractable baton, like opens it up one time and then kind of closes it again, and just kind of stands up and starts kind of stretching and stuff and feeling like trying to hype themselves up a little bit. And they look at Dusa and they say, I mean, this is as ready as I've ever been for anything, so.
I'm impressed then. You all seem very ready on our other missions.
What about you, Snake? How are you doing tonight?
Think you mean dragon?
Dragon.
I'll assume you
I
mean Striker
know.
Dragon.
Sorry, Striker, not Snake.
Dragons, snakes. Dragons are just larger snakes. That's
Snake
all.
was a
with wings.
it was a college nickname for Striker.
That's
He would be hanging out there on the side. I'm imagining him like the mouth up of me, where he's got bandana, he's got hair that comes down. Beautiful, beautiful locks. The mustache, thicker, stronger. He's been growing it for some time, and he seems proud of his mustache. Assume he's dressed mostly in black, and I'd say I'd be fiddling with a pistol, making sure that it's intact, making sure that it's not gonna get jammed, all that good stuff. And I'd look up, and I'd say, "Yeah, I'm ready."
Hearth would kind of just be sitting there, almost fidgety. The knee would kind of be bouncing up and down a bit while he's looking at his knife and takes out a whetstone and is kind of sharpening it. Dressed very simply. He's probably the least looking like secret operative looking individual of the group. Looks more of like a lumberjack than an actual, spy. Kind of hair all mangled and matted and kind of frayed at the ends, and his beard is just kind of out there and all over the place. But he kind of just looks up and nods as he starts putting away his gear, getting ready for the drop.
The helicopter descends into the canopy, the dense canopy of the jungle trees, and into a minimal clearing that's available. Probably actually more action movie appropriate that you all have to rappel down ropes or something into the jungle. So you do so with ease, with skill and ease, and coming down into that soft, lush floor of the jungle there. And immediately the buzzing sounds of the jungle hit all of your ears. In the humidity, the denseness of that, as you look around, you can hear the babbling of a water feature, probably a river nearby as well that you came in, and you could see when you're coming in as well a slight trail of smoke that you anticipate from the wreckage of the transport, the Ares transport, knowing that it's to the north of you a little bit from your drop point.
I imagine I would probably kind of check, like would we have like communicators and stuff that have like all of our navigation stuff built in?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so I imagine I kind of like hit the ground and like immediately consult, and like I'm all business. Like I go straight for it. Like I start walking in the direction and I kind of just like beckon and hope that somebody follows me, but I'm just like really in the zone.
Deuce, I think, drops down behind, and fairly quietly. They drop, even though they are fairly large, they drop fairly lightly. Um, they seem to almost snake up behind Momo, just getting on their six. Immediately reaching behind them, taking out what looks like a fairly thick pole, and it kind of snaps out into this composite longbow. As they seem to draw a arrow, knock it, and just seem to hunker down to get ready, but are keeping eyes on Momo.
I would have been on his helicopter and rappelling down. I would land with a very loud thud, but not indistinguishable to that of a tree branch or a tree itself falling onto the ground. So, whether it was nature or me, you would never tell. Master of disguise. I would then start following back up with Momo and Dusa. I would imagine myself also wearing like some kind of like big coat thing that I would then just kind of like take off to reveal like this like super cool stealthy cloak suit I have underneath, and like whatever bulkiness I had has just come off, and now I'm just like this like real like ready to go dude. And I look back, and assuming Hearth is still making his way down.
Yeah, he's starting to make his way. He kind of does like the hold on, let's go a little, holds on, let's go a little, like all the way down. Not super used to jumping out of helicopters and stuff, even though he's worked with Spear for a bit. And then he finally lands, just kind of looks. Did you leave your coat in the helicopter, or did you take it off on the ground? That's my question.
No, I just took it off on the ground right now. I was just like I'm here in this jungle area.
Are you gonna carry that with you, or?
No, I just dropped it. It's just on the ground.
All right.
I'm not carrying your things.
All of you hear a voice inside your head, and it's me. You hear me, and I'm like, you can ask someone to get you a new coat, but this will be the fourth you've had this year.
Not in my head. I don't like it when you do that.
I'm trying to be stealthy, mate.
Momo, fine. I guess I'm thinking of this too then, right?
Yeah, we have
Okay.
subcutaneous communicators, so we can
Okay,
just kind of
cool.
like talk without talking.
So then I would for everyone, I'd be like, so, you're walking really fast. What's the plan?
Go there, fuck him up, get out.
Sounds about right. Should we maybe find out why they crash? Maybe do a diagnostics check?
Momo kind of like turns back and looks at Dusa with like their eyebrows like in their hair, like really impressed. Like, oh. Yeah, I guess that would probably be better than just rushing in.
Either way. But I will follow your lead as the stealthy one of the bunch of us.
No, I think we should probably at least get a reading.
Alright. Let's go. Hearth, you all right there? Got some rope burn?
Oh no, I'm fine. And kind of shows his hands, and nothing there. It's more. I heal pretty quick.
Good. Let's go.
The four of you take off, following the directions on your navigation equipment and towards that general direction of where you saw the plume of smoke. The jungle is dense, it's hot, sticky, and it's a little bit of a slow trudge towards this area. But eventually come to the sound of the source of that sound of water, as you do see kind of a river flowing through. There is somewhat of a defined path that cuts through it as well, and then a little bit of an opening clearing here as well. And you see that you can see the wreckage of this vessel nearby there in the distance, and debris thrown about, that plume of smoke, of course, pulling up there. And as you come around, there's crates and other pieces, debris of the wreckage. All of you, if you'd like, let's make some notice checks.
Absolutely.
And also, we have For the bounce house, you can grant the team +1s via Moonbounce Bucks. And we have one of those available, team, so +1 to a roll if needed.
Awesome. Notice.
A 3.
Okay.
For notice, I'm just rolling to remind me one more. It's a D8 and what else?
And then always a D6 to your...
And always
yeah,
a D6.
D6 is your additional, yep.
I got a 4.
All right.
I rolled
Anyone-
an 8 with a D8.
It
So when
explodes.
when you roll the top number, roll it again and keep
Roll it again.
going.
Cool.
Those new to Savage Worlds, 4 is generally our target number, and as Striker Dragon just did, when you roll the highest number on that die, it explodes, and you get to roll it again and add to it. So, what's that new total there, Striker?
It's an 8, a 4 on the D6, and a 3 on the D8.
So always keep those dice separate. So the D8s was 8 and 3. Okay,
yeah.
so 8 and 11.
Yeah.
All right, and Hearth.
I got a 4 as well.
Okay. All right. So Hearth and Momo, you look about and you see pretty standard, what you'd expect. The wreckage is just strewn about and crates, things here. You can see a little bit signs of some foot traffic, which you would probably expect. So, some survivors here, but it seems that they've kind of taken off potentially. Striker, you notice past the wreckage this larger kind of like capsule type case, crate, definitely human size, that is all kind of crooked over off in the earth there, and you notice that it looks to be cracked open.
Would I notice any sign of violence or anything like that around it, or is it just cracked open from the wreckage itself?
From where you're looking, you just notice that it's open there. Yeah.
All right.
So I'll say if you want to go up to that and take a look, you can see that it's definitely been forced open. It was forced open. The latches are all kind of broken off, whatnot. And then there does seem to be some further scuffle around this area here. You notice a few spent bullet casings around the area as well on the floor.
I'd get down on my knees and pick up one of the casings to feel how hot it is.
It's not very warm at this point,
Okay.
so yeah, not that fresh. Nope.
Then I would turn over to the gang and be and just say out, I think there was a fight. Something in that crate, maybe. You should check it out.
What makes you say that?
Deuce will make their way over.
Just a lot of bullets, a lot of casings. And the crate seems unhinged. Broken.
Well, I think we expected this, right? This being the chimera we are looking for.
Are there bullet holes in the crate, like in the metal of the crate?
Yeah, but it seems more just collateral, like not necessarily directed at it, if that makes sense. Like it was nearby, and it probably some of them came at it, but yeah, you would expect a more precise peppering of these holes if it meant to be at that case. So yeah, it was just collateral, if anything.
Okay. Can I do a scan of the area to see if I can pick up any mental signatures?
Absolutely, and
Awesome.
please let us know how that works.
So I use focus is what I'm going to roll. And then basically when you do a scan, you can search the area for another mind, basically. And I think it's a
Okay.
medium blast template.
Medium is the range.
Yes.
Okay. And medium, I think, is 2 inches in diameter. So I think every grid in Savage Worlds, I think, is 6 yards. Does that sound right? 5
Probably.
feet, 6. Yeah, I think it's 6 yards. So 12 yards. Okay. So, yeah, you definitely can do that. Is there any enhancements that you could do for that, or are you good as is? Like range rise, I guess is what I was.
I mean, I could
asking.
probably add 2 to just extend it.
Up to you.
Yeah, I'll do that. So a large blast template.
Okay.
I got a 5.
Awesome. So that is a success there. This is 3-inch diameter. Questioning that. But you go and mentally tell us how that kind of looks, or how that feels for Momo.
So, Momo is kind of she's a kind of a cinnamon skinned, kind of slight, androgynous but a little femme woman. They have one green eye and one brown eye, and their body's kind of like compact and muscular. And they're wearing like a full kind of like suit of armor with like a little jacket on the outside. But it's like that like light kind of tactile armor. And they kind of like look around and kind of rub their hands over the surface of the cage, and then close their eyes and just kind of focus, and they kind of hold up a hand to let everybody know that they're doing something. And in her mind, it's like at first they're seeing nothing, it's just like kind of darkness, but then it's almost like an echolocation kind of thing, where like they like send out a pulse and see if anything pings and comes back to them.
You reach out and you pick up your counterparts, immediately right away, but then you focus that energy, that focus, that thought, and they kind of dispel from that, and you reach out and you pick up another connection, not too far away, towards the western general direction. It's faint. You can tell that it's very faint, but it's there. Beyond that, there's not really anything else that you pick up.
Okay. My eyes snap open, and I kind of like look at my companions, and I point in the western direction, and I say, I'm picking up signatures from over there. I'm not sure if they're friendly. I'm not sure if they're human, but they're over there to the west.
The best way, I guess, to find out is by looking. Are all of you ready in case we need to engage?
Yeah, just one moment. And I'd like to do a quick kind of scan of the ground to see if I can pick up any paw prints, or like get a general idea of what type of chimera we're working with.
Yeah, give me a survival roll.
Survival, I believe, is a D8. What's that? 4.
Okay, that is a success. You can see not super identifiable here. You see larger, some kind of animalistic, bestial type footprints, but it's not like it's not a duck print or a kind of like a chimpanzee where it have the opposable thumb, something like it's not really defined. You can just tell, yeah, much larger and something like that.
Okay. Would it be larger even than like when I turn into my wolf form?
Probably a little bit, yeah.
Okay. I'll just, as I stand up, whatever it is, it's bigger than me.
That's pretty big.
Well, if there's only one of them, I feel like the four of us can handle something that large, right?
No problem.
Good, good.
And with the trees being around, knowing the area that we need to go, I think Deuce is going to try and climb one of the trees and basically, instead of traversing on the ground, traverse through the trees.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, so you see their claws just like dig into the trees and just scale up.
What time of day is it?
We'll say mid to late evening.
Okay.
So you're losing. You do have still daylight, but that'll be gone in maybe a few hours. Definitely something to be conscious of. But yeah. So heading towards this signature that Momo picked up. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With Dusa, as you climb up through the trees, you can hear rustling as they rush through up there ahead. And you get to, you can see footprints as you get closer, and then it kind of turn into drag marks here and there. You can definitely tell those larger prints that Hearth picked up, kind of here and there scattered about. And you see there in the distance nearby, leaning up against the side of a fallen tree, a figure, humanoid figure, kind of leaning up against the tree.
Can I reach out mentally?
Yeah.
So I kind of just like look at the person, and there's nothing to kind of see. I just kind of like focus on them, but it feels in my mind like I'm kind of like reaching tendrils out toward them to kind of touch their brain. And I just say, good evening. Are you friend or foe?
Even mentally, you can sense the immense strain that this individual is going through. If they could cough and spit and choke and through that, like that's what you're getting. And a garbled kind of response comes back, a distorted response comes back and just says, "It doesn't fucking matter. I'm dead anyway."
You might be dead, but that doesn't mean you're not useful.
Well, you'll be next.
What
Whoever
came
the
after
hell
you?
you are.
What came after you? Was it whatever was in that cage?
What's it to you?
I'm here to either make things better or make them worse, apparently.
Well, things will probably get worse because the owners will be coming to pick it up.
I look at the three of you and relay that message. That one's being hard to get. He doesn't seem like he wants to be helpful, but he does say the owners are coming to pick up whatever did this to him. Maybe one of you could be a little more creative in getting the information we need.
Dusa, give me a notice check, please.
I would love to.
I'd say and then for anyone that like approaches the individual a little bit closer, you can see that they are heavily wounded. Something really, really fucked them up.
So I rolled a 6. I also note I do have infravision, so I can see heat signatures.
Okay.
In case that is pertinent.
Fantastic. Doesn't specify a range, does it?
No, it doesn't. It just says I
Okay.
can see
don't know
heat
what
signatures
standard
in general.
vision range, but
Yes, I am lizard.
more going with sound here anyway. In a little maybe movement, I guess it would be. So probably do pick up a little bit there, but looking down, especially from your view up top in the tree, you see and hear a rustling in the distance, kind of like almost surrounding on either side. And you look both ways, and you do pick up little blips you can through the leaves. Looks to be something coming towards the four of you.
You all kind of hear Deuce say,
9 and 3. Something approaches. I'm going to stay up here.
and they kind of draw their bow. They're going to attempt to hunker down and try to hide, but they will stay up in the tree and observe.
Okay. All right. You can make a stealth check if you like for that.
Oh, I would love to.
I'd also like to make a stealth check. Momo is gonna try to kind of find like a wider tree in the area and just sort of try to disappear behind it and kind of just cloak themselves.
Okay.
But I do have my weapon out, and I'm like looking through my scope in the direction that Dusa kind of warned me about, like to the three o'clock
Mhm.
position.
I've rolled a 7.
Very nice. Okay. So you feel pretty confident that you would be unnoticed up there. Momo, you said you were stealthing as well?
Yes,
right?
9.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is a hit and a raise. So you do find some heavy brush and whatnot to kind of just sink into. Striker and Hearth, anything from the two of you?
I'd like to take notice of what the other two are doing and look at the dude who's gravely injured and go up to that dude. Lie down in the like he's on a tree trunk, something like that, right? Laying down.
Yeah,
like,
he's just kind of like leaning against.
Yeah, I want to
fallen.
lean next to him, and like, be with him, chill with him, and maybe throw some dirt and stuff on myself as well. But I want to be there for the time being.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a performance check.
This sounds like this is a master of disguise.
And then Hearth.
I got a 5.
Okay.
Hearth would have definitely looked to Striker Dragon first, and then just seeing him immediately go and just kind of play dead next to this guy on the tree, lets out a little bit of a sigh, and then we'll pull out his compound bow as well, knock an arrow, and then he'll get in a bush where he can see where Striker Dragon is in case something happens, or in case
Okay.
that guy next to him starts to talk or something.
All right. Trying to hide though as well.
Yeah.
Okay. You can make a stealth check as well. And as you hunker down, the four of you taking your positions and whatnot, you then eventually hear the sound of individuals marching in on the area. As Deuce had pointed out, there's 3 individuals that come from one side, 2 others that are across the river, and you hear the splashing as they begin, entering to make their way into the area, and they come over and Hearth, back there in that bush, and then Striker, you up against the tree. There's the individuals come across, and immediately they just kind of rush forward to both Striker and the fallen individual there. You see these individuals in this, decently heavy-duty tactical armor with these full-face like masks, helmets almost. These 2 kind of optical sensors in the front, probably enhanced vision type things. Definitely tactical weaponry and things like that. Definitely seem to be a serious group, but they immediately come down and they almost have a little bit of a voice modulation to when they talk. But they just call out, and you can tell they address the Striker. They address the individual next to you, and it just says, "What happened here? Where's the cargo?" And the individual just kind of looks back, and you can tell is like more and more losing his ability just to carry on.
I would
It broke free. It took off. It just killed everyone. It's gone. And then the individual then pulls up a pistol and shoots that guy, puts him out, and then turns to you, Striker, and kicks you a little bit to kind of like gauge your reaction if you're still coherent or anything like that.
Yeah, I would take the hit in my leg and look up at them, and I would say,
You don't look like Eris. Who are you?
"You come up here and shoot my friend. And you just want me to speak to you. Who are you? Why'd you do this to us?"
You would know who we are if you were part of this mission. And the other 2 pull up their weapons and aim them at you, and the one addressing you says, Let's make this easy. Stand up and come with us. Hearth? And Deuce?
I'm waiting. I think I want to wait one more moment to see if Stryker stands up and goes with, because I don't want to jump the gun too early. But I'm waiting if they start to get hostile, or the second that Stryker gets hostile, I'm letting an arrow loose at one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dusa?
I think you hear in kind of your head there, and Dusa says, "Flashbang."
I would I like to
To
say
everyone,
back.
Dusa?
Yep.
I like to just say back, be like, give me 1 second.
You just hear a
And-
little like,
Do the guys think I'm hurt? Or do they not pay attention to that?
I mean, they were just kind of gauging your reaction. You're obviously, I mean, you'll have the dirt, but like the other one had very visible wounds. So there's definitely going to be a
Right.
stark difference in that regard. So,
Okay.
at this point though, they feel a little confident that you are clearly outnumbered. So, you
Yeah.
know, yeah.
I'd like to put my hand out. My intention here is for the flashbang to go off and to do what we're gonna do, but I'm trying to keep one dude sane and chill so we can ask questions. So in that intention, I would like to like extend my hand out and say, "Well, I need help."
Give me a persuasion check.
Uh, 4.
Okay, that is a success.
Okay, good.
What is sorry, what's persuasion tied to again? You have that there?
I'm not sure I understand the question. It's a spirit.
What skill? It's spirit. Thank you.
Spirit.
That's what I was looking
Okay,
for.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a moment of reluctance, but the individual reaches a hand out and grasps yours to help you stand up. And kind of like once grabs you, like jerks you up really roughly.
As
And
I'm
immediately lets
being
go.
jerked up, like in that moment that I'm being jerked up, I would like to say now.
I think that's when Dusa will. I want to work in tandem with you here, Hearth, if possible. I would like to toss the flashbang and have you shoot it so it goes off quickly in air.
ooh, I dig that. Yeah,
All right.
100%.
Trying to shoot the flashbang or
Just have it go off real quick, basically.
yeah. Okay, so that's
Um,
fine. So so I could give Hearth the drop because you are hidden there, which would allow you +4 to your attack and damage rolls actually there. So I'll allow Dusa the flashbang. Does it have like a time on it or?
So there's no time to it. I think it's just like the attacks. Basically, I think everyone in the area, they must make a vigor
Okay.
roll.
And then as far as Hearth shooting, it was more probably just a flavor thing, right?
it was very much a flavor thing.
Okay.
It's just
Yeah.
the
So-
combo
I could
attack.
have had 2 pop.
Yeah, I just because he has the bonus with the drop, allow him to use that if you want. Momo, you would also, be hidden. Anything you want to be doing as well.
How many people are in this clearing?
There are 5 of these other operatives that have shown up.
Okay, so will the flashbang mess with all of them? Is that a large enough?
It will. What was the blast radius on that?
So the blast radius, it has range. Oh, blast.
Be a letter.
MBT.
Medium.
Mhm.
So
Medium.
no. Here, let me bring over to the map. And then hopefully y'all can see where that is. Green tokens for you all was a great idea, huh? And for us at home, should see that as well. Okay, so you have the 5 operatives. 2 of them have kind of like stood back and are just see them like surveying the area, looking up at the trees, looking definitely on the ready. But the other 2, you've got the one there that just helped up Stryker, and the other 2 that are basically flanking them. So the flashbang would definitely get that group of 3. You could certainly target them, but the other 2 will not.
Okay.
I think I'm going to target the group. Yeah, the group of 3 there.
Okay.
So, for effect, I think Dusa will toss this flashbang. It has like a little label on it that says "bang" as they throw it, and say "eyes closed" as they toss it, having it set up and ready for Hearth.
Okay. Momo, what were you doing?
So I want to like take this dude out.
Okay,
That
down
guy.
below you. Yep. All right.
Yeah. I'd like to because
So
I have my
I'll
I
have
like
let
my
you
little
have the
rifle
drop
out.
as well.
Yeah. I want to get him. I mean, honestly, they're in a line. If I can just shoot both of them at the same time and drop them because I'm awesome, I would love that.
They're pretty armored up. You think you're gonna have to hit the one of them and get into them. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Okay, so let's resolve the flashbang first. It's all kind of here at the same time, and then we'll go into action cards for a proper combat round there. So Dusa, that's a roll, right, on their part?
Yes, so they must make a vigor roll.
Okay.
-2 with a raise, apparently, or be stunned.
-2 with a raise. Do you have?
It just says in brackets. Oh, I
Generally,
didn't.
that
I
one
have
you
to roll.
have to-
Yes,
yeah,
I have to
yeah.
roll fighting. Fighting. I think it's fighting.
Yeah, I think fighting is generally throwing.
Oh, my throwing is great. I definitely improved it really well. Two and a 1. You know what? I'm gonna.
Yeah, we didn't mention bennies. We do have bennies.
No,
so.
we do have bennies, though I will say in this case, because Dusa is unlucky, they throw it, and I feel like in this case, it's not a critical fail, but it kind of just like drops, like it accidentally hooks onto their nail, and just kind of falls in front and like onto the ground where the tree is, and they say, "Oh fuck," and just cover their eyes.
Okay, yeah. So it comes out. It doesn't even go off. Like you didn't arm it properly, so it just kind of falls out of the tree. And the 2 individuals there in front of like you and Momo definitely turn immediately there and look. But at the same moment, that does allow Momo and Hearth to get off their shots. Hearth, go ahead, and who are you going after?
I'm gonna hit this guy back here,
Okay.
and
And remember, you have
that's
+4, so it's pretty much you pretty much have a success unless you get a
Yeah,
crit
I got
fail
a
here.
6.
So we'll
A
try and
6
will
would
it
be-
into existence.
A 6 would be a 10.
Okay, so yeah, hit and a raise there. Sorry, no, yep, because it's range. Range target is always 4, so range damage on that. Go ahead and
Hang on.
roll that. So add an extra d6.
Where's my equipment? 2d6 and 3d6 plus 1. But it'd be +4, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
the drop is to both.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, +4, 16 points of
Nice.
damage.
16.
And I don't. There's
Do
no
you have-
exploding dice on damage, is there?
No, there is, absolutely.
Oh, there is. Okay, hang on. I
Yeah,
got one more. I got one more die to roll.
Welcome to Savage Worlds.
Add 3 to that. What did I just say? 16 plus
19
3, so
total.
19. 19. Total.
Okay, do you have any armor piercing in that attack?
What was I using? I was
Big
using
armor-piercing arrows. I feel like you did. Those are the barbed arrows.
You know what? If I would have recognized them, I would have swapped to a Teflon arrow. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that'd be +2 armor penetration.
Okay. All right. So, there, 9. Okay. What did you roll? 19? Yeah.
Yeah, 19.
Okay. So yeah, that is going to be a solid hit. That is hit and a raise on the individual. So shaken and wounded, which will take them out. So see the arrow just fly out from the trees Striker right past you, and hit this individual in the back of the group, and just falls down with a slump to the ground there. All right, Momo, go ahead.
I'm spending a Benny.
Okay.
Okay, out of 5.
All right, that's a success on a raise, on a ranged shot. So go ahead and roll damage for that. Did you add your 4 for the drop, by the way? You should.
I didn't add my 4 for the drop.
So yeah, you have a raise then. So go ahead and
Yes, I
roll
do.
raise
So
damage.
extra d6.
Yep.
Let's see. 12. 18.
Whew. Okay. 18. Do you have armor penetration?
I
Piercing
do.
on
AP2.
2. Okay, it's the same thing there. All right. So that's going to be 8. 9 on 9. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you take the guy in the front, right? The operative in the front.
Yes.
All right. So those two are down. I'm just going to remove them from the map like that. And at this point, clearly everyone is aware that something's going on, and immediately they just are searching around. They pretty much honed in, when those shots come out, good general direction, if not picking you out there. So we will go to action cards and get that set up. Thank you for calling out that map, by the way, there, Piper.
Of course, afternoon maps on
Wonderful resource there. All right, and I'll just get everyone in. Ooh, we have a Joker on the field for Dusa, which means everyone in the party gets a Benny,
Yay!
except for me.
I'm lucky
Thank you.
So everyone
sometimes.
gains a Benny, which is fantastic. At Savage Worlds, we use playing cards for initiative, which is super cool. And every round, we redraw. So we start off at the top, though, with Dusa. Still up in that tree. You're up. You see 3 more of these operatives that are definitely now aware of everything going on and ready to engage.
Dusa does not want to go down there. Dusa's nervous. As they are cautious, Dusa is going to stay up in the tree and even kind of press themselves back, but they are going to take out one of their arrows and draw it. And they're actually going to use, they're going to use the Teflon upgrade arrows that we've got here, which give +2 armor penetration. And they're going to take aim for, I think, that one there. It's kind of near the back, near us. And they're going to draw their bow back and we'll take a shot. That's going to be shooting, which I'm pretty good at. We'll see. It's a 4 and a 2. I'm going to spend a Benny.
A 4 is a success.
It is. Okay,
In
so
a range shot, yeah. So
yeah, we'll spend a Benny then. I guess I won't do range damage or extra damage. Fine. But the bow does do 2d6 plus 1 damage, which is always nice. So that is 5, 6. That'll be 7 damage
Okay.
as the arrow is shot from between the foliage of the trees and hits that one kind of in the shoulder.
okay, and same 2 points of armor reduction.
Armor piercing,
Penetration,
yeah.
piercing, yeah. Okay, all right. So you see the arrow flies out and goes across the little clearing here and does hit into the individual, but it does seem their armor deflects it, and it, probably kind of he rears back because the impact hits, but it doesn't penetrate and shrugs it off, and the arrow falls to the ground, unfortunately not doing anything.
I think, because I still have some movement. No, Dusa wouldn't do that. Ah, darn. Can't do cool moves. It's fine. Whoever goes next, it's cool.
All right. You said no movement, staying there?
Yeah, they're staying in the trees.
Okay. All right. So does one of these operatives turn and over here next to Stryker and looking about and is going to go ahead and take a position, kind of pull up their weapon, and it's going to take a shot towards you, Dusa. Try to deal with that threat there. So we'll go ahead
Rude.
and fire. Ooh, that's not good. I will Benny that.
Why do you get bennies? I don't like that.
Nobody's for you.
All right, that is a failure on my end. So you are just a little bit too much in the trees for the individual to really get a good target on you. And, so bullets kind of come and spray around you, but luckily miss.
I would like to say, instead of they miss, they hit, but because of just the amount of armor kind of with their carapace, it hits and just completely bounces off. Just bing, 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 bing. And say, did you really think that would work? I'm coming down now. And that's the end of that's that.
The operative, just kind of grumbles in frustration. But Stryker, you are now up right there in front of these other two.
I would like, in this instance, everything's happened. The shots, the bows, the hits on Dusa, who's now coming down. All that time, I'm trying to, like, grab this dude's hand again. When he let go of me while getting up, I want to, like, clasp it again. And, like, put him, like, in some kind of, like, chokehold or something where I'm, like, holding on to him and, like, on the ground type deal.
So you're going to try and grapple him?
Yeah.
Basically? Okay.
I'm assuming that'd be, like, a fighting...
So grappling is athletics.
Oh, okay.
I think it's I think it's athletics. So yeah, go ahead and roll athletics, because you will set that target number first.
All right, so it is a d6. So I roll 2 d6s. Oh, I got a 3.
Okay. Do you want to spend a Benny to re-roll?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a Benny.
Okay.
And then that gives me the ability to roll another d6, right? Yeah.
Yep.
All good.
Make sure you're rolling your wild die as well.
Oh, okay. Roll my wild die at the same time. That's good. Okay, I got a 5.
All right. So you at least have to get that 4 for success. You do. So they will attempt to avoid this here. Right. With a 7 and will. So you go up and you try to pull, and you realize, like, these individuals, they know their stuff, and he just shoves you off, kind of shoves you back, not allowing you to do anything there. So, all right. Dusa, the individual that shot you has 2 more shots because of rate of fire, so I'm going to take him.
Nasty.
Going to miss on the second one. Ooh, and exploded twice. Doesn't matter. Okay, so 8, 16 plus 6, 22. So we will hit on one of them. First 2 shots come in and are spraying against your hard carapace and just kind of falling off. But then this next one does seem like it may get through. Explode on one of those. 11 points with one of that being armor. So reduce your armor by 1 and then 11 points. So what's your toughness at?
Okay, my toughness is a 7.
Dusa toughness is at 7, and that includes all your armor, right?
No. Well, I have toughness and I have armor. So do we combine both?
So the toughness number should include your armor.
Oh.
But you just need to know that what your armor is for armor piercing.
Okay.
So do you know what your base toughness is?
My base toughness, gosh, I don't know exactly what it is, but I know I have plus 6 armor just for my carapace. I think there's like 3 armor for the stealth suit, and then I have plus 2 toughness for one of my abilities.
Gorgon, right?
Yeah. And also I took an extra little part.
Gorgon toughness. Armor. Okay, plus 3. See how we calculate. I think it's based off of. I think it might be based off agility. Okay. We'll come back to it. So 6 plus 7. Let's call it 13 for right now. What did I say? 11.
Yeah.
Minus 1, 10. Okay, so it doesn't get through.
Yeah, it's just even that one bullet that seems to like be beaming like full beeline towards them. Just again, it like hits into their face and it like spins around. You can see like the smoke go on it and just falls. Like,
I told you. Nothing.
Toughness is 2 plus half your vigor. So that would be 6 for you for base toughness. and then plus your armor. So I think you're at 12 total
Yeah.
is what we're at. And 6 of that
Okay.
is armor. So
6 of that is armor, and then I have another 3 for the armored stealth suit.
oh, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
so that actually puts you at 15.
I am heavily armored.
Piper is playing a broken character. Okay. All right.
So you can do a
next,
tight effect too.
I mean, you might not be able to hurt her outsides, but you can hurt their insides.
My heart.
we then go to Momo.
Momo's getting real fed up, and she decides that they're gonna take another stab at getting the friend of the dude who she just killed. This jerk.
Yeah.
So I'm lashing out, sniper style again. Gonna try and shoot him somewhere good, without a called shot, because
Without.
yeah, without a called shot, because our
Yeah.
director is sneaky and he'll penalize me for that. I'm gonna use a Benny. Oh my god! I only have
No.
2
Snake
Bennies
eyes?
left. No, it's a 2 and a 2. I just got a 3 and a 1. It's like basically the same thing.
We have
Can
a
I
bunch of
give you a
plus
Benny?
ones. Yeah, we have a bunch.
I'm
of
gonna take a
ones,
plus.
too.
Well, if I take a plus 1, I mean that's fine. It's
Can
a
you-
4.
Can you take 2 plus ones?
A 4 is a success.
I'll take 1 plus 1 so that I'm not greedy. I'm not gonna take everybody's.
The extra one's not going to help because you got to get, it's either 4 or 8. So,
Right.
okay. So that's a standard success on the shot. So go ahead and roll damage for that.
Okay. So like I take my aim, and
I see you players trying to buy bonuses for yourselves.
what? Who said that?
I don't know what happened.
I've never heard of such things. That fell
Well,
on the
Piper
floor.
took
Giving me a bonus? No way.
I have a rolling tray, but it doesn't care. 7.
All right. So the shot goes across and targeting this individual out there that Dusa shot first. You saw that arrow just strike the armor and fly off. Same thing. Your bullet just careens off this armor. These guys are suited up pretty well. It's maybe a good thing that you were able to take out a couple of them from the get-go, because these last 3 might be tough to deal with. Anything else? Any movement or anything, Momo?
I stay in the tree to act as backup now that Deuce has kind of hopped down, hoping that they'll be tricked and
All right.
not know that I'm up here.
Alrighty. With that, we do go to the individual that the operative that you tried to grapple their striker and shoved you off, and is just going to look down at you and go ahead, pull out a knife, his combat knife, and it's going to stabby stab. That's a fail. I'll spend a Benny.
Don't spend a Benny.
This feels personal.
A 6. What is your parry, Striker Dragon? I have a 5 on my sheet, it looks like, so that would be a hit. And damage.
I believe you,
on
you
that
know.
You
is
also have
3 plus
Gorgon
3.
powers.
Someone give me Gorgon powers.
They're Gorgon, I'm sorry.
9. Explode again. 9 and 4, 13 plus.
Stop exploding
2,
on me, bro.
15 points of damage
Boo!
Oh my
from
God.
that attack. Striker Dragon, what is your toughness?
What is my toughness? What am I looking
Be
at?
kind of upper middle of your sheet there.
It says 5.
5. Okay. Do you
Yeah,
have
but you
any
got armor on.
armor?
Well, funny thing about
armor.
the cloaking,
Cloaking
suit,
suit is what? Plus 3?
It's like, no, the cloak
it's
is like
it's nothing.
1.
It's just a dash.
Dang.
Oh,
No armor from it. It's just probably a device type thing.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
adds
Okay.
+4 to stealth rolls.
I said 15 points. You have a toughness of 5, so that is 10. That is a hit and a raise on you. So you are shaken and wounded. Would you like to try and soak that damage? Soaking costs you a Benny, and then you make a vigor roll to see if you can negate the damage.
Sure, let's do that. I'm
All
gonna
right,
spend
spend a Benny, and then roll a vigor roll.
and that's a 6.
A
rolling
6.
it, right? And it's a 5.
Okay. Did you roll your wild die with that?
Oh, I did not.
Yep. Always roll that extra die.
I was gonna roll. That's it's still a 5.
Okay. 2 5s. All right. So that's a success. So you do soak the wound, which means you also remove your shaking condition. So it's as if the hit didn't happen. So very good. So the individual goes up and tries to stab out you with this combat knife, but you kind of dodge around. Maybe like cuts into you a little bit.
I want to like pull out my combat knife while he does that to like deflect his combat knife.
Okay,
and, like,
yeah.
It does like hit me, but like I'm able to like hit it away.
Maybe just
before it,
cuts
like,
some of
penetrates.
your suit, but yeah, you deflect that, and you can see you know their body language at least because they have that full mask, but you can see the frustration there.
Like
With
the
that,
anime stare where I look up and I go, pretty good.
and last of the spear agents, Hearth, you are up.
Yeah, Hearth is gonna do a quick run. What is that? Yeah, that way. And then we'll shoot the one that just stabbed at our friend Striker in the back here.
All right.
Let's see. With my compound bow. That is is that a 7? A 7. Plus, I don't think I add anything to it, do I?
I don't believe so. So yeah,
Cool.
yeah, that'll hit though.
That's 4, 5, 9, 10 points of damage.
10 total with armor penetration. Yes.
Yeah, with +2 armor penetration.
Okay, so it drops it down to a 9. So that is a success for shaken. So you do shake the individual. So they are shaken. All right. I think you use your full movement. So we go to the last operative here that's been deflecting these shots from Dusa and Momo. Is very frustrated there and is going to go ahead, and you see him reach down into his pack and pull out a small little like kind of oblong orb and toss it in towards Momo and Dusa there. So equipment, Dusa HE grenade. Where was that at?
3d6 damage.
Medium blast template. Let's see.
It's a big
Don't
one.
help the GM.
Let me
I'm
do
so
a-
sorry. I'm so sorry. You know
What
who
page
helped
is that I need to kill you? 55.
All right, we'll be hit there.
38.
54.
You can't play this round.
It's not actually in the book.
So if you could just move on, that'd be great.
Yeah, sorry, you can't go.
All right, 9 plus. Ooh, and explode. 6 plus 15 plus 2, 17 points of damage as this blast comes in, just erupting between the brush, splitting the trees and things nearby. So, what did I say? 17. Momo, I've got a. What's your toughness?
My toughness is an 11.
11. What's the armor part
3.
of that? So, not or 8, and then. Or sorry, it's total 11 and 3 armor.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's. Sorry, math. 8.
If there's armor piercing, still you still count that total number with it.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, these don't have armor piercing. So, and then Dusa with the big 15.
Big 15. 2
9,
get through.
15. Yeah, 17. Yeah, so both of you, Momo, you will take a wound, a hit and a wound, because that's 4 over. Dusa, you just take a hit for being shaken. So you're just shaken. Momo, would you like to try and soak that?
Fine.
You are?
Yes, I will
Okay.
spend one of my 2 bennies.
For 1 point of damage?
I hope you're satisfied. Vigor. Oh, God. 4.
That's a success. So you negate all effects of the blast. It singes you It burns a little bit, but not enough to really impact you as you kind of dove out of the way. Dusa, you as well. You kind of react to it and get out of the way, but you're shaken up there and a little, kind of stunned for the moment there. With that, we come to top of round 2 and reshuffle, deal, and Momo, you are back up at the top.
So I'm real mad, and I don't know if I should just like shoot this guy again. I'm gonna shoot him again. This guy.
All right.
Like, I like my other powers, but I feel like I need to save them for times when I can't just like pop a cap in somebody. That seems smart. So yeah, I train my weapon on that guy one more time. And that is a 5.
Okay, that will hit. Standard hit. Go ahead.
Nothing exploding tonight. 8.
All right, the shot goes out. Any armor piercing on that shot?
Yeah,
You said 2,
those
right?
are 2. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, it comes out, and you can tell. You can see even like the armor splinter a little bit, but it holds true and still prevents any impact from the attack there.
I reach out to everybody, just like in a kind of split second. I reach out to everybody and I say, I'm fucking hitting nothing tonight. I hope you guys are doing better than me.
Oh, good. You're okay. I was worried.
Yeah, I've got a new scar, but I mean, who doesn't love that?
It was valid.
I don't love that. As I look at my scar, my new scar now that's on my side.
Striker, is now your turn as you've just deflected this assault from the knife.
Am I allowed to do persuasion type stuff during fights?
You can try, but it's more, I think like a little bit more in Savage Worlds. It's not going to be like, if you hit a high number, I mean these guys are very, very what's the word I'm looking for?
Right.
Hostile. So yeah.
No, I want to deflect as I'm deflecting that knife. As that knife is now away, after the shots from Momo, and after our brief conversation, I want to like take out my my one silent pistol that I got, and just kind of like unlatch it from its holster, and just like hit this dude's legs, like pew pew.
All right. Let her fly. That's a shooting roll for you.
All right, so D6.
Make sure you
Let's
roll
do
that
good. Let's
wild
do good
die as
ones.
well.
Just got a 3. Should
Okay.
I benny it up? I'm gonna benny it up.
Did you roll the wild die?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a bunch
It
of
was-
+1s.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
you can bump it up to
Thank
So
you, chat.
when you are
chat,
in
you guys
close
are dope.
range with a melee range, you have to beat their parry. So it's often a higher number than a standard 4.
but you won't beat that. So I'll just get the extra. I'll get it up to a D4, and you will not be able to do anything about it. Watch.
So you're gonna take a +1 to
Yes.
get you up to a 4.
Yes.
Okay. So unfortunately, you are too close, and
No.
you don't connect and hit the individual. Unfortunately. All right. With that, we move to Hearth.
Yeah, rinse and repeat, pulling out another Teflon arrow, and I'm gonna take a shot.
You all are beginning to realize that these individuals have some pretty significant armor, and maybe you need to reach into your bag of tricks with maybe becoming a little vulnerable yourself and going with a wild attack to gain some benefits through your attacks and damages, or maybe closing in on and getting a little bit of a gang up flanking distraction there as well. So
How's flanking work? Is it
just get next to him and then it's a +1. And then wild attack, you do become vulnerable, which is +2 incoming attacks, but that gives you +2 to attack and damage.
okay? Let me double check one thing. Where's my?
Gang up
There it
only
is.
applies to the attack roll, not damage.
gonna make a. No, I do more damage with the bow. Yeah, I think I'm still gonna hit this guy who's already shaken. I'll make it wild for giggles. I don't know how I make a compound bow attack wild, but I'll find a way. I'll like do like a backflip as I shoot or something. Run up the side of the tree. What's that? A +2? You said
+2, yeah.
That'll be a 4 total.
Okay, so ranged hit will hit with a 4.
Oh snap! Those both explode, so that's
Nice.
12.
The damage die.
12, 14, 15, and then if I attacked with wild, does that also stack the
Yep.
damage?
So
as well?
17.
17 points of damage.
Awesome.
Hot,
Which one are you
hot.
going after again, Hearth?
The one that's already shaken.
Okay.
I wanna try
Awesome.
to
Yeah.
get
Yep.
him out of there.
So that comes over 17 minus 2, 9. Yeah. Yeah. So the arrow comes out and hits him right in the back into a soft spot in between some armor plates. And Striker, you're there. You try to take a shot at him. You just see this arrow like almost just pierce out on his from the front side.
I knew that was going to happen. My
and-
shots were there to angle his feet backwards so he can get a more precise line for Heart's hit.
I saw exactly what you were throwing down, Striker.
And
Just
the
amazing,
individual
thank you.
just like slumps over and falls to the floor. A little bit of a plop in the soft jungle floor in front of you, Striker.
Just
Logan,
like
any movement?
practice.
I'm going to use my movement. Let's see. If I have 12, that means I can move 12 squares.
Yes, if you do, yeah.
Ooh.
I'm going to move there just to like get in the back and try to like make sure divert this guy's vision a little bit. Now
Okay.
we got to play around with, us being all around him.
All right, Deuce, you're up. First things first, a spirit roll. See if you can unshake.
Uh-oh. I might have to spend a Benny on this. Yeah, that's only a 3. I'm going to spend a Benny.
You want to take a +1?
Oh, I
Take
could.
it.
Yes, I will take the +1 that I gave us.
Take it.
Mine now.
So what
Unshaken.
is
Don't
shaken
tell
do?
the GM to help you.
Thank you, GM.
All right. So yes,
Could you
you
explain
make the
shaken real
roll.
fast?
So it's not like a wound. It's just you're just kind of rattled, right? It's when you meet your toughness with an attack. So you're just kind of shaken up. You're not hit. And then at the top of your round, you have to make a spirit roll to remove that, or you can act that round.
Cool.
You can remove it straight up with a Benny as well. So you can also remove it at any time, because you may want to remove it mid-turn, because there could be something else that comes in, and then if you're already shaken, that can compound the attacks and other things like that. Dusa, it's your turn proper.
Okay, so the one that threw the grenade is the one that's like here, correct? Or
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so Dusa jumps out of the tree with a very heavy thud. Like a little bit of the ground shakes as they land, and you see as they begin to walk towards the one that threw it, there's this pure rage as they seem to take out another one of the grenades. I would like to attempt, because they're wearing like a mask sort of deal, I would like to try and rip the mask up, shove a grenade up and under it, and pull it down.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. So let's do. Give me an athletics check. Is what I'm gonna do an athletics check.
Oh, I'm actually not that bad at that. Okay. Go well for me. Oh, that's an 8. Let's go.
Nice.
8, 4, 12.
Awesome. Yeah, that is fantastic. And against their parry, that's your parry, but I think their parry is 6, but still, yeah, that's good. Hit and raises there as you come up. So they kind of struggle, but they're caught off guard as you rush forward, and just with your large mitt, you just grab it and just rink it up, and you take this and just, I probably shove it in their mouth and then close it down.
It is a sleep gas grenade.
Okay.
As it kind of goes off. So if they're not wearing a rebreather or a gas mask, but it's underneath anyway, they have to make a vigor roll at -2 or be knocked out for the next 2d6 hours.
Okay.
Little taste
what
of
is-
your own medicine.
It probably target numbers just standard 4, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
It doesn't
I
say
assume.
anything. Oh, you said -2 though, right?
-2. Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah, I rolled a 4, so that's a 2. and the result, so they will be affected. What was the length of time?
So it's 2d6 hours.
All right, 4 hours. So they're gonna be out.
So it's just
probably
like
for a bit.
full puff of like smoke. It just explodes up under their mask, and they immediately just fall over.
All right, so I'm gonna mark them as dead, but let me double right click on that token, please. There, Dusa.
Double click on it.
Double right click on the one.
Oh.
Yep. So
Ooh.
that just signifies that we know that one is they're not like dead. They're just knocked out.
Gotcha.
All right. Full turn there. Any further movement? Probably used. I think all your
Nope,
movement.
that's
you
all.
had.
Yeah, they just landed out of the tree, went up, shoved a grenade in. That's their turn.
Okay, so attempt to unshake here and will succeed, and is going to go back for that strike at Stryker with the knife. Will
Not the dude in front of her,
fail?
because he's dead, right?
It wasn't it? Right? Did you?
Yeah. That was
sorry, you're right. So they are out. So they are not up. The one next to him is up.
It's GM, I tell you.
Same thing. Will fail the roll there.
Someone's gonna die.
We're going to carry on. We're going to go to top of round 3 here. Hearth, you have a 5 of diamonds because of your, I think, quick, I assume.
Yeah, I have quick.
Anything 5 or lower, you get to redraw. So I will redraw. And King of Hearts, I assume you'll want to keep that.
Yes, please. That would
Okay.
be awesome.
And we have another Joker on the field for the players. So all the players grab a Benny. And then, and what we forgot, I think, about the last Joker there for Dusa that got this. But Stryker, you have +2 to all actions this round. So you are up.
Cool.
One more individual in front of you.
Am I guess I'm just pretty much just gonna CQC this guy, I guess. So yeah, I would like to jump
Stab
off.
him or?
Oh yeah, I want to jump off the body of the dude who's dead in front of me, so I have a little bit of a height as I
Springboard?
come down. Yeah, some kind of springboard, something like that. As I come down, I want to like. I have guns, so that's pretty much it. So I'll just
You have your
use
knife, don't
whatever.
you?
I have a little throwing knife that I can't. That I could say that I'm just holding it as I'm coming down.
It's up to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll do damage. So go ahead and roll
Alright.
a fighting roll against the individual.
All right. Five.
Okay, that will be a success. Go ahead and roll me a quick athletics check as well for flair.
What's the athletics?
Athletics.
It's D6. Yeah,
Yep.
D6. Okay, a 4.
Okay, success there. So I'll give you a +1 on that for your flair as you kind of run, mid rope, jumping up, kind of coming down with the knife, pushing you to a 6. So it still is a hit on there. Go ahead and roll damage for that knife. Basically, do a strength plus D4. So whatever your strength die is, so that's a 6. So roll a D6 and a D4.
Oh, that 6 exploded. Okay, so total 10?
All right, that's all of the dice together, including
Yeah.
the D4? Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you come down on the individual. I'll give you the shake in there as you come down and you kind of stab into you find a soft spot there in the shoulder, and immediately you just like the blood kind of sprays out, and it's not very deep, but it's enough to kind of shake the individual up. With that, sorry, you have +2 because of Joker there. So yeah, that will get you over what we needed. Okay, so Hearth, you're up.
Yeah, so Hearth is gonna sling the bow, seeing there's one left, sling the bow over his shoulder, and he's gonna start to run. And as he's running, he's going to go from like the up, like straight up, like just like running like that to like starting to go into the like saber tooth, like on all fours. And as he does, his body's going to start to shift and morph as fur starts to kind of pop out of his suit. His jaw and like face elongate and turn into a snout, and he turns into his therianthrope form.
Love it.
And so he'll go a flank. Is that flanking technically? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So I'll flank there, and I'll do. I gotta make a focus roll for that first.
Okay.
But
For
that's
a successful transformation.
yeah. I'm gonna burn my +1 that I gave the party to turn because I want to do this. And then bite attack would be
Strength plus something.
Strength plus.
I think a bite attacks, unless yours specifically
Or is it
says
fighting?
it's generally for.
It says plus
Oh.
D6.
Sorry, that's the damage. It's
Gotcha.
strength plus d6, but make a fighting roll first.
Fighting roll first. Okay,
Yeah.
fighting is I get a D8 plus a D6. That's oh man. And I with flanking I get what, a +1?
Yes.
Okay, that's just barely a 4.
Okay. Are you good with that?
Am I good with that? You know, I got a lot of bennies. I could spend a benny.
Do it.
I'll spend a benny.
Do it.
So
Okay.
I'll spend a benny and reroll because yeah, I don't like how you asked me if I was good with that. But that explodes, so that's a 6 plus 2 for an 8. 9 plus 1.
9 with the okay. So that will hit. You already spent your +1, so you can't get a raise out of it. But you do get the standard hit. So go ahead and roll
Cool.
your standard
Strength.
attack damage.
Strength is so if my strength is a D6.
Strength die. Yep. D6.
Okay, so it'd be 2d6. Okay.
Yep.
A whopping 3 points of damage there, Todd.
Ooh. So you come down, and whether the transformation, something that you should be used to, but the jungle, it's hot and the
Yeah.
ground is soft, and it just takes away some of your momentum, and you come down and you
Just-
try to hit. Also, the armor is super heavy, and you bite in, and there's just rock hard plating of the armor against the individual. Unfortunately, not doing anything. Dusa,
This is not my typical plan.
you, as you stand over this individual that you just gassed out, turn around and you saw a hearth transform and this wolf just run past you, but over on this last individual.
Ah, my favorite sight, being a dog.
And they're going to take a few steps just to the back, taking out that bow. And they're going to knock one of their Teflon arrows and fire it into this person's back here.
All right.
And that will be... Okay, I gotta remember. What are my stats? Shooting is a D10. Okay. 3. It's 3. How many +1s we got?
2 left.
I'll use 1. So now it's a 4.
All right, that is a success, standard
Woohoo.
success. So
Hopefully we can do some decent damage. That is 9. That'll be 10 damage.
10 total. All right.
10
With
total.
2 armor piercing helps a lot, getting down their toughness to a 9. So that's a standard hit. So it shakes them. So it's something.
A little nick in the side just slides there and says,
Damn, it's squiggling around too much.
And
Hold
they
him
will
still.
fail their roll, so they can't act. So Momo, you are up. You have this individual who is shaken there, can't really do anything, may be able to take it out.
I'm gonna just move up on him. Right there.
I'll give.
And,
I'll bump up the gang up to +2.
Yes. And I would like to I'm gonna stab him with my combat knife. I'm just gonna go right into it. I'm really mad that they've sprung this attack and we're just trying to carry out our duty. And I'm real cheesed off, so just gonna be brutal.
All right, fighting roll +2.
Fighting roll +2, 6.
6 total. Okay, that is enough to just meet the parry of the enemy there. So go and roll damage. Strength plus something. Probably D6, I think, for the combat knife.
Ooh. That's a 12.
12 total.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. That does hit. And we'll say, I know they are shaken. Yeah. we'll put him away. So how do you take him out?
So I just kind of like come running out of nowhere, and I am uncharacteristically yelling. I'm usually very quiet and stealthy, but they've been hurting and fucking with my team, so I just kind of like drop down, like I do like a really cool black backflip out of the tree, and then just like haul ass over there and just kind of lunge at him. Like I jump up and I lunge at him and I plunge it into his chest and I look him in the fucking eyes.
You see on one side of him, Stryker has a knife in, kind of stuck in one side, and you come up around the other side, arrow stuck in his back as well, and just rush up and in the other shoulder, just lunge down and just take him out, and that is enough to do it. And you stare into those like optical eye holes there, optical sensors of the mask, and they just kind of like head tilts and slumps down to the floor beneath the both of you. And with that, we come out leaving only just the natural sounds of the jungle, other than yourselves, maybe the heavy breathing after the encounter.
I look over at Stryker, and I see like his knife kind of like still on the guy's side, and I say, "That's what we get for trying to be nice, huh?"
You can't be good at everything, but at least I know you're good at killing when you need to.
I have my moments, and I like yank my knife back out and just kind of wipe it on my pant leg and resheath it.
Was everyone okay? Anyone critically injured?
I need first aid, and I like point at my little scar that I have now.
Oh. I'm not good at that. I did not bring a first aid kit.
I'm technically good at it, but I'm a wolf, so I'll do what wolves do, and I'll like walk up, because like dog saliva apparently has healing properties, and I'll like lick it real quick.
I'm doing this deal, and I'm like,
Okay.
yeah,
Nope.
this is normal.
It's how he shows
Goose
love.
is watching in fascination.
The four of you stand there as Hearth, in his transformed state as the wolf, heavily licking, slobbering all over the side of Stryker to offer
Thanks,
some
Hearth.
relief to this simply like surfaced grazing. It's nothing, but trying to intend that is then Dusa and Momo just look on in curiosity, disgust, who knows, all kinds of things here.
I feel better.
With one of these fallen operatives there knocked out from the gas grenade as well, but then wondering where your target is, somewhere out there in the jungle. And with that, we're going to take a break. See you all very soon. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you are back with us. Had a good break. Exciting first half. Let's get back into it. Our crew, our spear agents, they had came down to investigate a fallen transport here in the Amazonian jungle as a transport was carrying a new a new Chimera prototype, and it crashed, and the 4 agents were there to investigate where this went and take it out, because your parent agency, Spears, said that it probably was too dangerous to be out there. Unfortunately, you came down and saw in the wreckage that the Chimera was gone, as well as most of the operatives there. Then you did find one of the other Ares agents with the transport, who was basically up against a tree and struggling to carry on as he faced some ruthless attack, slashed about. And eventually, these operatives came in and surveyed the area, all of you taking cover and then getting a jump on a few of them, but then a combat broke out, and you were able to dispatch most of them. And so we pick back up here in the jungle as you now look to continue your search for this creature.
Looking into some of the bodies here and kind of grabbing onto, do they have any electronics, any compads, anything like that?
Yeah, we'll say they would, absolutely.
They're gonna take you see Deuces like dig through, just start ripping at someone's like shirt and just tearing it up with their little claws that they have, and they just grab their little compad and grab their own phone. And they're going to try and hack into it and say,
I'm going to see if they have, I don't know, maybe they have some sort of tracking on the creature we're looking for. Maybe they try to find it.
and just starts trying to hack into the phone.
Yeah. You have hacking, right?
I do have hacking. I got lots of bonuses to hacking, actually.
Okay.
So I had a +2 to my hacking skill rolls when hacking computers or security systems. Would this count as a security system or a computer? Because it's a
Yeah, I'll
tiny
allow
phone?
it. Absolutely.
Sweet.
I will also say thank you for the subs that just came through. Anonymous gifter for 5 subs, and we had another one as well from Blue Bomber 0. So that means the party has 6 group bennies available for that. So, Deuce, are you throwing dice?
Yes, I am. I had to turn on my light because it decided to turn off. But I'm just looking at this other one that I have. It's fine. I just have a +2 to this. We'll say. Okay. Ooh, that is a 9. +2 is 11.
Very nice. Okay. So you pull up this data pad, and it's mostly standard issued equipment, but you're able to bypass the security measures and get in. And it basically has crude information on their task. Go out, search, and find, recover the transport and the Chimera, anything like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't have tracking. The tracking is tied to the wreckage. So there is a signal, but it's based on location and everything that it is pointing towards that wreckage.
And they kind of look at it, they compare it, they say, useless, and just like throw it at the guy who's sleeping. Just full bonk.
Oh, shit. Should we wake him up and question him, maybe? Slap him around a little.
Do we have anything to tie him up?
Oh, I can always threaten to blow more grenades up in his mouth.
Todd, quick point of order. Since I have like the communication via my brain, when I turn into my wolf form, do I still have that? Like, can I communicate?
It's actually, so it's subcutaneous, so it's basically like in your neck somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
So then it'd still be in my neck then? But then, is it through my thoughts or is it like through my vocal cords?
It's subvocal, so you have vocal cords.
Okay, cool. So you just hear like,
Yes, that's
and then,
right.
like panting, like.
It's a good boy. Who's a good boy?
I'm already clean.
And then he's gonna walk over and like start gnawing, trying to gnaw through like I have one of the like dentabones where I'm like trying to grind my teeth on the armor to get through.
Do you want us to take off the armor, boy? Is that steering down the well?
Oh God, no! I just kind of sit there and tails wagging.
Hartha, do you have any? You probably have some heightened senses, I would assume, tracking wise or something.
Yeah, so I have low light vision and I have smell,
Okay.
and then I'm also really good out in nature because I was a woodsman.
And are those just bonuses to your rolls?
Woodsman is, I don't remember what smell is.
I think it's a power, right?
Yeah, I think it was a power. But I think it was similar. I think it had to do with
Probably like
notice
a
checks.
+2.
Yeah, it sounds like a +1 or a +2 to notice checks.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a notice check +2.
Okay. Notice is D8. So let's throw these. 5.
Okay. So you think you pick up on you can kind of distinct. There's a smell out there that you don't recognize, and I guess you would probably it would linger there towards that capsule you found. So that's how you can match it and say, all right, that's probably that. And you have the general direction. It went towards the west. In general direction that you think it is.
Okay.
And some of those footprints that you saw earlier as well kind of head off that way also.
Cool. I'll tail wag and then I'll head will go up. I'll sniff for a second and then I'll just straight up pointer put up in the direction of toward the west.
To the
Okay.
west? Is that where we're going?
So are we not trying to fuck with this guy to wake him up?
We should just kill him.
What if he has some information?
I mean, looks over to Momo. Do you think we should wake him up?
I might have something.
Oh.
And I would like to create an illusion.
Okay.
So I kind of just focus. I look at the guy and I put my fingers on either side of his head, on his temples, and I close my eyes. And I kind of create this black kind of nothingness almost. And I kind of make it look like he's strapped to a chair. And I look over my shoulder at Hearth. And I'm like, do your worst. And I look at Dusa and I kind of beckon them over. And I kind of step away. So in his mind, if I get this roll, in his mind, he'll see he's not anywhere. He's absolutely nowhere. But all of us are there and we're intense. And he's restrained and can't get up.
Okay.
That's so
and then
awesome.
you're making a focus roll to
Yes.
see if that goes through. All right. It's not an opposed roll for them.
So this says
Maybe
sorry,
like
there's there are a lot of bits.
Oh god.
So those who engage with them or have reason to interact with an image or look at it closely
Okay.
at a
so-
smarts roll at -2 as a free action.
Okay. All right. So after, it's not opposed to have it to use the effect for you. It's basically a roll afterwards to investigate the illusion. Okay.
Right.
Yep.
But I think that's if he has reason to suspect, which he's waking up in this, so I would hope
Right. Yeah.
maybe I get
No, it's
one
fine.
round of no suspicion.
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead. First things first. See if you can pull it off.
Yeah. So I got a 7.
Yeah, that's fantastic there. So
Take a +1.
Oh yeah, +1 because we're gonna deepen that experience for him.
that's the last one.
I kind of enhance everyone's looks. So Dusa's even bigger and kind of more powerful, and her teeth are a little sharper. And instead of just kind of being a regular cute dog, Hearth is a little bit more vicious looking. And I mean, I would say Striker already looks really intense and everything. 'Cause
Oh,
he's
my
all covered in
mustache to
dirt
be
and stuff.
stronger.
Yeah, so your mustache gets even
Yes.
more ridiculous.
Yes.
And all the dirt
Wild.
stuff looks almost like you're a mud man or something, like you're Swamp Thing. So all of us look really tough.
Absolutely. So, sure there's a process for waking the individual, and you do so.
Slaps.
Maybe part of that illusion, Momo, as you go and reach out, it just kind of like brings them to, and they like, they kind of have their hands towards their back, but you can tell, like, you see them and they're acting as if they are bound, and like, but they're clearly not, and it's probably a little odd to see, but you know what's going on, and it just like shaking their head, and you can hear them mumbling and murmuring. It kind of comes through that slightly modulated voice from the mask, but it's very heavily, distorted, or it's like a gurgle mumbling as they just panicked reaction.
I think Dusa leans in, kind of grabbing onto the bottom of the mask, and says,
Do you need to breathe there? Need some air.
Just kind of gives like a frantic, like,
peels it up, like very much the Spider-Man, just kind of over the mouth and the nose.
so it's like a
Sounds
hard
fair.
face shell.
Oh,
so
okay.
kinda
Hard
like a
face shell
lift
just,
up.
just fully lifts it, puts it on top of his head.
It kind of comes up, and when you do, the casing from your gas grenade like falls out, from there, and you can see like around his mouth is just like black veined and everything. Like clearly the gas grenade like burnt all like around his face, and it's just bubbly and peeling, and it's nasty, and you can only imagine what happened inside his mouth and whatnot. There is just like kind of blood and spit is just like he can't, his tongue is just massively swollen and damaged, and he just continues that gurgle mumble.
I reach out to him telepathically, if I may, and I have switchboard so I can connect all of us
Okay.
so that we can all hear, and I just say to him, don't worry, you don't have to use your mouth, just think whatever it is that you want us to know. I suggest you choose your words wisely.
Hey, man. I'm sorry.
You hear in just that again, that kind of strange translation that his thoughts are almost jumbled as well, but they're clear. You can understand them, but it's cries of pain and frustration and anger and fear, and just
We need to kill him.
what do you want? What are you doing? What do you want?
We want to know where the creature that you're hunting is located, or how to easily find them.
I don't know. We're here to find them, and
I'd
they're
take one of
clearly
my
taken off.
nails and like put it underneath their chin. Just gonna hold it up. It's like,
Are you sure? I mean, based on where we are right now.
We don't have tracking on it.
Oh, so you're useless. Is that what you're saying?
If you're trying to find the Chimera,
So there's no point in keeping you alive.
just kind of doesn't really respond. And just kind of sits there shaking, still
Yep.
in the heavy pain as the burns continue.
How many more of you are there?
There's a whole base.
With the Chimera?
No?
where's the
Which
base?
direction?
Why? What good is that? You won't stand a chance.
We don't need anyone getting in our way.
You, quite competent there. That'll get you in trouble.
Maybe, but it'll also get us a Chimeron.
If that's where it's headed.
I look at my companions and I'm just like, I'm done.
I don't know. As much as I'd like to take my teeth to your throat, might be more enjoyable for one of my companions.
And looks between both Striker and Hearth.
I I would imagine in the background, since we're all like connected at this point, that the entire conversation is just like steady like rumble of a growl coming from Hearth. Like, so they're talking and then it's just kind of like a bass line behind them. And then the second that you say that, Hearth just kind of takes steps forward. We'll put a giant paw onto each of this guy's like thighs, and then we'll just go straight for the throat and rip the throat out.
Fantastic. So, yeah, just like pushing the head back, pulling them and lunge down with, with your teeth, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'd be full on like just going for the throat. Like
use your
ripping
mouth.
out
Yeah.
whatever I can.
So you just reach forward and you just grab on and just tear across. A spray of blood goes out. Gurgle. It burns a little bit as some of that lingering gas is still there that kind of comes out, and it does sting a little bit to you. But immediately
Spices.
the individual just, is taken out and slumps lifeless to the floor.
Like sriracha.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of a kick to it. And, yeah. Like quickly, like we'll just like lick his jaws and then start making his way westward, where he had smelled the smell of the chimera.
All right.
Good job.
Just switch his demeanor. Just
Wow, that was intense.
That was really violent.
Yeah, well, I feel like we've done this sort of thing before. Maybe not at that level, but good job, Mobo. That was... What did they see, anyway?
Nothing. Literally.
Oh.
All of us looked, I don't know, badass, I'd like to say, but we're already that, so.
What did I look like?
Huh. You looked, like a beautiful monster, I suppose.
Oh.
and you see like they have like little blue blush on their cheeks.
I don't know about you guys, but that was a lot. It was psychological torture after
right,
physical
Striker.
torture.
Did
And
you
then-
sign up for this job to deliver flowers, or?
There.
I don't know. And I just kind of like I just like do this to like look away. I'm like, holy shit.
Do you need a comforting, warm hug there, Striker?
No,
Okay,
Just
good, because
one
I wasn't
moment.
offering.
Hearth, my wound.
I am not an emotional support dog, Striker. My training does not give me that vest. I'm sorry.
Arthur's just there with like blood running down his muzzle, like, do you need me?
I gave you the trauma. You want me to cure you of the trauma? Like,
So where should we go?
West.
point
right.
westward.
The four of you begin your trek towards this potential base that this individual told you about. And you realize it is somewhat in the same direction that Hearth picked up on the scent of this chimera as well. So let's get into a little quick encounter here as you work to find your destination. So the jungle is dense. It is tough to trek through. So this will be at a -2. You can reduce that by taking time and taking more time, being more careful during the journey, but at the cost of time. If you feel that you have that or not. Of course, daylight is beginning to lessen here in the jungle. But yeah, so each of you, we need to get 4. Your target is 4 successes. So 1 success per person, is definitely the goal. You'll get forward either way. It just depends on how many successes you hit and any results to that. Of course, as I said, if you don't do anything outside of it, a -2 to those rolls for that. So survival is going to be your standard roll unless you all have something else that you want to make an argument for. So who would like to go first?
If we're making our way to the base, I would like to use my infravision to look at their little heat signatures for like feet, if possible, and see if I can use a notice check instead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So notice check with that at -2 as you do traverse the jungle.
I got a 5.
Okay, that is a single success. So we are on track. All right.
Todd, I have woodsman, so other than giving me +2 to survival, it like essentially means like I know what I'm doing in more like wooded and outdoorsy naturey areas. Is that as a benefit at all to anybody else's role other than mine? Like, can I act in guidance?
Not really in this
somebody,
situation,
or
no.
is it okay?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna just do a straight up survival roll then.
Okay. And you said you had the +2 on that, right? Because of that?
Correct.
So it'll
Yeah.
basically cancel out. So straight roll.
Yeah, it'll be straight roll.
Yeah. So
That's
Dusa begins the trek and through their eyesight, picks up on some of this trail. The recent tracks that still do reflect some heat from the footfalls, but eventually that does kind of teeter out as you travel for a decent while in this direction in the jungle. Hearth, you then try to pick up the trail.
I didn't like my first roll, so I took a Benny.
Okay.
And got an 8 on my D8 plus a 3, so that's 11.
All right, so that's a hit and a raise there. Fantastic. So taking over, just again, being out in the woods, in the forest, jungle like this, that's where you're at home. So you are really able to just pick up tracks and distinguish them, pick up scents and whatnot, and really make some progress this way. Striker and Momo.
Can I just be stealthy? Can I just like follow the team and just kind of stalk through? Or I can lead stealthily to kind of like set the tone for the rest of my companions.
Yeah, that's fine.
That is a 6.
Okay, after -2.
Oh, sorry, that's a 4 then.
Okay.
I have a
all right.
+2.
Still a success. So, okay. All right. So, yeah, you just offer guidance to the group. Making sure that there's no other surprises. You did kind of run into one of those with those operatives. You want to make sure there is nothing further in that regard, and you guide your team to just be careful, be quiet, as they are doing what they need to do. In their investigations and whatnot. So. Striker, your contribution.
One of two things. I'm either going to... I'll throw this one out first. I like to regale a story as we walk together, trying to take my mind off of what had just happened, and trying to psych maybe myself up, but the rest of everybody else, just to get back on one track on the mission. So I like to be performing while we are doing this deal.
Yeah, I think that's fine. So yeah.
Battle Bard.
I'm throwing bars. Okay, so now that it took me like forever to think about that, so I roll a D8 and a D6, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my. What do I need to beat? A 4?
Well, what'd you get?
I got 2s. I'm gonna
2
use
2s?
Benny, right? Yeah, 2 2s.
Ben Bennies.
I'm gonna spend a Benny.
Okay.
That means I'm just gonna reroll everything again.
You all have 6 group bennies. Use your own first.
Okay.
But if you want to use groups when we get to that, then we'll go there. So.
I got an 8 and a 4, so 12.
Keep those separate. But if the 8 is on the D8,
Yeah.
then it would explode. But that's a
Yeah,
hit and a
then-
raise anyway, so you're good there. So yeah, absolutely. All right. So with that, tell us, what does this kind of look like?
Oh man.
Story.
So You have Momo up front, giving us guidance and leadership as she's doing that. I look over at Hearth and Deuce, and I'm like, yeah, no, she's super good at this. She always makes me feel better about everything. And then, you have Hearth picking up the scent stuff, and I'm just telling him like, yeah, you're doing a great job. Keep going. Stuff like that. Oh, and I scratch him behind the ear when he does a good job, So I'm just trying to bring everybody up, trying to tell everybody good stories.
Nothing.
Dusa, I forgot what you were also investigating, and
Wow.
that was real
I
good.
see how it is, Striker. Yes, I will note this in my mental palace.
Stryker is successful in boosting morale of the group,
Martin?
just allowing them to head into this next part of the task, ready, prepared, alert. As eventually you do kind of break out of the jungle, and you see before you, set in there, this building. There's not much definition to it. It looks really just a small room, small, like black, very likely, underground facility type. So this is probably just initial entrance area, and then you'd go in deeper to the other access areas like that. So, but you come up and get a visual of that. You can see right away, looks to be, there's a few individuals that seem to kind of just walk, making guard routes as they go along, patrols the perimeter. You see some cameras as well that are scanning the area as well, looking down. So,
Can I hack into the cameras?
how do you want to hack into the cameras?
Well, I do have a hacking upgrade. So operative gets an upgrade to perform hacking operations like a computer and clone other smartphones. Character needs to be within 12 or 24 yards for the target's phone. I don't know if it's possible for me to do this, but I would like to try.
So I'll say your range is probably not there,
It's okay.
because you don't want to be in the range of the cameras.
Right.
So,
Maybe if we time it well enough, we can sneak by.
Are they like moving back and forth, or are they just stationary?
you can see them sweep, a little bit, just like sweep to them.
I'm gonna take notice of kind of the sweeping patterns and say
We should compare what the rotation is of the guards compared to this, and then when there's a dead zone, run in.
That sounds good.
Okay, I'll try.
and they're gonna try and assess just guard rotation, sweep rotation.
Yeah. Go ahead and give a notice check for that.
I would love to. That is, I'm gonna spend a betting because it's a 2 and a 1. All right, let's see. That's a 3 and a 7, so a 7.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, so you feel that you have a decent grasp on that timing of of the scanning and the rotation, right? The guards kind of come around, and there's not a big window. There's a very small window. Guards kind of like pass around. They're going opposite of each other, so they meet up every once in a while, and then they're passing the area. And so there's a very, very limited window there, opportunity there. You can see where like there's the main entrance. It's inset little entryway there, and then a solid door. Looks to be a heavily door. There is a keypad next to that. Likely probably going to need access to that. Camera otherwise, kind of scans as well, and you see that quick opening. Anything else from the rest of the group?
While you're scanning, you're gonna just see the bones cracking and the jaw kind of popping back into place, and me sitting back up, and going back, and my legs extending as I turn back into human form, Hearth. Do we need to cause a distraction at all, do you think?
Oh no! See them moving. I think I can get a window for us to move in. Probably. Unless you want to.
I mean,
Not gonna stop.
I impact, these high explosive arrows. So I mean, we could shoot one off farther into the base, and
That's
You
what I-
hear or you see one of the guards abruptly stop as they're making their pass and kind of put a hand up to an ear as if they're listening to a communication. And they just stand there and immediately rush around. They kind of like look and scan the area, and then they rush in to the door. The other guard a moment after does the same and rush in. They rush inside. They pull up a key card, jam it into the little access panel. Door opens and they run in. Door closes behind them.
I guess we know where the monster is.
Perfect. Now let's get the timing of the doors. I can probably hack into that thing.
Nothing else, they'll make their way during that kind of window of sweeping, run up and start hacking into the door.
Give me a stealth roll.
Alrighty.
do you want somebody to come with you?
If you'd like. Actually, yes,
Watch.
I want
Whoever
assistance.
whoever else is running along, make a stealth roll also
Thank
to
you.
make sure you beat that window of
Yeah, I'll run with you.
the camera.
That's a
Yeah.
5.
Okay. Feel that you timed it and you rush forward, do so. You get to that panel, able to do your thing. Hearth?
6 for Hearth.
All right. Striker?
So this is visual detection and stuff, right? Like that, right?
Yeah. You're going to bust
Yeah,
off a
so-
stealth suit?
Yeah. So I have my cloaking suit, right?
Or cloaking, yeah.
Before we move on, that's when I'll stand up and
You've
I'll
had a
like
cloaking
push.
suit this whole time?
I'll push this button on my suit, like in my chest, and you just see me start like nano tech, like go invisible from my chest to my limbs. And
There's
I just
that
walk.
like heat wave like shimmer, you know, you see it out in
Like
the
Predator?
hot road, and it shimmers for a moment, and then like he's pretty much gone. When there's movement, you know, it picks up a little bit, but again, it's just that strange kind of heat wave, illusion, if you will. And so, yeah, with that, I'll just give it to you, Striker. You're able to just waltz over without detection. Momo, were you heading over as well?
Yep, I got a 10.
Okay. Awesome, yeah. So you continuing your stealthy approach through the jungle, you carry that through to the door and very successfully avoid the cameras, getting to the doorway there. All right, Dusa,
Yeah, I rolled 21.
21?
21.
Man, fantastic. All right. Yeah, this is just standard, you know, maybe make a comment to yourself that these
Child
Eris,
play.
Eris bums need to really step up their game in security, whatnot. And
They
the
have
other
their-
three of you, the door is open before you even get there. And, you know, Deuce is just probably leaning against it.
Yeah, they have they're going with their phone at first to hack it, and you see them just like take their claw up to their mouth and just kind of like lick it and then slide it in the slot and it just opens.
Easy.
Nice job.
Entrez-vous.
I would be walking by, but you couldn't see me. But you just hear me say, "That was good."
Ah! Ah! Never expected. Every time.
Just
Momo like walks through the door really stealthily, just kind of carrying that kind of sneaky vibe through, kind of all ears, trying to hear like where the footsteps are coming from and maybe locate some of the cameras in case somebody's like watching this door.
Cameras inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The four of you step in, and it's a dark corridor that then leads stairways down as you come into this facility here. So it's dark. It looks like there is a camera right there. You would notice before heading in that does kind of look down at the doorway and the people coming and going. So you'd have a camera right there.
Okay. I think I'd like to. Can I use my tradecraft to, like, fuck with the camera so that it's
Yeah, remind
not-
me what that does. Skill, right? Tradecraft.
Yeah, so
skill, yep.
tradecraft basically is like a series of methods and techniques used in modern espionage. And then it gives like a handful of examples within etc. So dead drops, interrogation techniques, counter surveillance, which is kind of what this is.
Yeah, how
Just
do you want to do
trying
that?
So like I like kind of go up to the camera, like I kind of go around like the perimeter, like the edges, and I'm like just trying to kind of blend in with my surroundings, and like I use my psychic powers kind of to like reach out and just like scooch myself, like just press myself to the wall and like give this like inner peace vibe so that I'm, focused. And then when I get over to the camera, I take my baton, like my little extendable baton, and I just kind of like jam it upward a little bit and pull the wire underneath, because that's how all of our cameras are disabled at Aegis.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and give me a roll for that with that skill.
2d6. 4.
All right, success. So you slide in, and the rest of you watch, and the camera, this one kind of pans a little bit as well, because it's kind of panning for the stairs as they come up and down and then through the doorway. So you take that slight window that you have to get underneath it, and you go up and just kind of little wrap around the cable, pull it out, and it pulls out. The little light on the front, as they all do, goes out, and the motion stops.
Awesome. I kind of just like wave everybody forward.
Oh, good job.
At this point, as the four of you come together and gather yourselves to then make this descent into the facility proper, you hear chaos. You hear gunfire. You hear small, maybe explosions. A lot of growling and cries of pain, struggle, things crashing into each other. There is something going on down below in the facility.
I think you were right. Seems to be here.
They likely captured it, and now it's trying to escape again.
Or it's taking vengeance.
Vengeance. That's more like it.
Yeah. That's what I did.
Well,
Maybe
you
not
better
as
not piss it
spectacular.
off.
We have a mission, but if we can get it out of here without, getting in its way, that would probably be ideal.
Yeah. Don't we have to put it down?
Do we have to put it down, or do we have to bring it in?
Your mission was to dispatch it. Yeah, put it down. Yep.
Well, I guess you're right. Never mind.
Well, I feel bad.
It doesn't seem fair.
No, it does not.
But the guy with the smoke grenade, the sleep grenade in his mouth was okay. Yeah.
Well, look, I
that guy
identify.
100% deserved it. Yeah, he was.
I identify more with the other Chimera, considering. Oh.
All right.
And these people hunt my people, so whenever I can rip out one of their throats, I usually take it.
All right then.
The company, it matters. The agency matters, but also our companions. They're Chimera, so it stands to reason that I'm more loyal to my squad than I am to someone who would order me to do something like this.
Yes, but Lucy kind of kicks the ground a little bit and says, I mean, I've already messed up a few times at the agency. I feel like if I mess up once more, I don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, they'll probably just keep you around and say, "Hey, listen, you've messed up a lot." Like,
I don't know about that. I don't think they fire people. I think they'd be set on fire.
For Dusa, let's do it for them.
Thank you.
No fire.
Okay,
Just-
no fire.
Just money and happiness. It'll be okay.
Money and happiness. That's the goal. Money, happiness, and murder. All right, whew. Let's
What's
do
what's the
this.
temperature like inside this area?
I'd say it's pretty comfortable.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I pick
They
up?
definitely have
Oh,
some
no.
central air there. What's that, Hearth?
Nothing. I was gonna ask if I picked up any new smells, but I'm not a wolf anymore, so I can't smell. I can't smell good.
Can't smell anything.
It's just, yeah.
So you all can make that descent as you do. The chaos still going on before you. You know, the shots, they're loud and they're heavy and numerous, but it does seem that every once in a while, like a little bit of them, it reduces a little bit each time. You know, moment by moment, each step you take. You come down to a long hallway that reaches out through this facility there, and a long wall. To the left, there's some doors with large glass on there that looks into like a conference room. You can see in there a couple individuals that are thrown about in the room. You can see like just stained in blood, just slashed about in that area. Seems to be connected to some offices, things like that. There are also in this hallway more of those operatives that met you in the jungle. Again, thrown about the hallway, just, you know, in pieces, odd positions, leaned up against the, you know, the floor and whatnot. Definitely all just taken out. The noise continues and it's louder and louder, and it's coming from down at the end of the hallway.
I'm gonna pack an explosive arrow.
Okay.
Is
Just
my. Maybe we should let them all die out, and maybe it'll weaken the creature.
We could wait. Can I like is it possible just from listening to hear about like how many people are in there, like knowing the sound of like gunfire? Like how many people are shooting?
Give me a notice check.
Threes. Can I take a +1?
You could if you had one.
Dang.
You got bennies for days though.
No, I don't. I think I only have 2
Oh,
There's
bennies
6
left.
groups.
No, we have group
Yeah, you have
Benny.
6 group bennies.
We have
Yes.
6 group bennies?
Yeah.
Group
Yeah.
bennies.
Benny
thanks,
it.
Anon.
Who
Benny,
cares?
Benny.
Yeah.
5.
Can I also,
Thanks a Benny.
So it sounds like there's a handful. You know, you're not going to pinpoint, of course, but it seems to be dwindling. You pick up on some growls and kind of guttural noises that you probably assume are the target, but there's more than one. So there's potentially other in this facility as well.
That's not good.
Makes
This
you
is
kind of
getting
wonder
out of
what this
hand.
facility is or was used for.
Now there are 2 of them.
I don't want to complete it. Well, if there's more than one, and it's ripping these guys up like nothing, what can we do?
Can I go scout?
Go check
Are
it out.
there are there like is there like an air vent or ceiling tiles above me that I can shimmy up into and go
Yeah.
into that room and
Sure
sneak?
thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a quick athletics check. Jump up in there.
Okay. D6. Ooh. 9.
Awesome. Yeah. The rest of you watch as Momo just very acrobatically hops up, pulls the vent cover off of the ceiling here, and then hops up into the vent of this area. And then you can begin to hear her move about, and you know, eventually kind of the sound kind of goes away as they move further from your destination. You know the general direction of where the source of the sounds come from, Momo, and you move towards that way through this somewhat of a maze. You know, they're pretty direct. But you move towards that sound, and you get to another grate, and you know, it's a pretty narrow grating, but you can still kind of see a little bit, and you see down into this large. It looks to be some kind of like a research room. So there's desks, computers, consoles, and you can see individuals in like white lab coats that are strewn about, stained heavily in their blood. And then also more of these operatives, same thing, kind of thrown about. Then you do see a few individuals that are still active, taking cover where they can, as in the far corner of the room, there's a large double like heavy door, but clearly was like burst open. The panels are like pulled open and busted out, and you see you see a few of these creatures fighting these remaining operatives, just this back and forth as they kind of just move wildly about the room, taking them out where they can. You see one that has this very smooth, kind of like light gray, almost blue skin. The kind of head goes back, no hair, almost a little to a point, with these large, like jagged teeth. And you see his hands and feet are almost like fins. Definitely gives you a vibe of like a shark.
Okay.
Probably a shark-related chimera here. There's another one that has these big ears and like furry face, whatnot. It gives you some vibes of a bat as they kind of like move about. And then you see another one. Those two, you know, as standard as the chimera could be, you know, those two seem to be ones like you might have experienced before. You know, you have experience with that. The third, however, is unlike something you've never seen. It's not really any one specific creature, beast, etc. It's just like mashup of, you know, a little bit like built kind of like a bear with some hair in that regard, but then like down its back it kind of like has a spine that sticks out, very reptilian. I mean, this thing is just a wild looking creature there, and just you have a feeling that's probably your target.
Okay. So I just kind of so I don't have to use up more PowerPoints. I relay that to Dusa.
So you don't. I don't think you don't use PowerPoints in this. You know, given.
Well, if I want to be a switchboard, I think. Oh no, because I have my tracker thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you just still have to, I think you still have to like make the roll to do it. Maybe not for that.
Okay.
But.
Well, we got if we've got the communicators, we can just kind of talk to each other as well.
Yeah.
I think
so
you're gonna do it telepathically.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it telepathically. I think that I can talk to everyone at the same time, but I can't. Everybody else can't hear each other. We can't have like the same frequency unless I use PowerPoints. So I'm good. Because that's basically what Switchboard does. We can all talk together even if they don't have telekinesis. Or telepathy. Okay, so then I don't have to roll anything. I just let them know exactly what I'm looking at. Like I spare no details since I'm kind of just hiding up in there anyway. And I say, I think there's something I can try. I don't know if I should do it before or after you get here.
What are you thinking of trying?
And I kind of like remove my I remove my thoughts, like my connection from Stryker. And I say, I don't know, mind control.
Well, I mean, if you think that's good, I mean, I'd be careful, right? It's just, if there's like a feedback loop, and Deuce starts going through a bunch of concerns that they have. And like, what if you get a headache? You know, migraine, and just starts communicating.
Below Momo, and a body is thrown up against next to you in the ceiling with a loud thud, and then falls back down to the ground almost in a splat, as another one of these operatives is just thrown about in the room as these chimeras just are laying waste to their assailants.
I am fine with it. I don't feel bad for him.
I'm gonna pull Stryker aside because I would have heard the mind control message. Yeah. So I'm gonna pull Stryker aside and be like, all right, cool. So you heard the what we're doing, right? You heard the plan?
Yeah, I got it.
All right. So you're gonna sneak in and kind of get behind them and do the stealthy thing once we give the go ahead. and then we'll sit back and we'll pepper them from back here with our bows.
All right. Yeah. Sounds good.
Are you lying to them? To him?
No, I give her like that look of like, or yeah, I give Dusa the look of like,
I'm gonna see if I infer this. One sec. Do I understand?
Notice.
Oh, notice check. Well, that was a 3, and this is.
And
a...
then, so yeah. So
that is a 4. I just barely was like, oh
would
yes.
Would you get a
I got
4?
3 to 4. I got 4. I succeeded.
So sorry. What is the order of the deception? Hearth is like deceiving, right? Or
I mean, it's not deceiving if he believes.
I'm buying it.
Yeah.
I think it's just Hearth trying to tell Dusa like shut up.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really more of like me. I'm taking care of Stryker, so that way we don't have to tell him the actual plan. Because
Oh yes, the bat plan. Yes, you're very aware of the plan. Good job.
Thanks.
Be careful, please.
Don't worry. I will be. And then like I like press my little button again. I go full camo. I would assume that as we were all talking, the camo stopped at my neck, so it was just a floating head talking to everybody. But now
Yes.
I push the button and like it, my full head goes out. And
for a possible, part 2 of this, their Striker, you need to get a blue man suit, so your green screen takes you away, so you can do that.
just do this. Yes, that's smart.
You flicker and you see again that kind of like shimmer go across, and Striker
Just my face.
basically disappears as he reactivates that to carry forward with the mission.
And I'd like to like ready my. I have both night vision goggles and thermal goggles, so I'm assuming it's just like the Splinter Cell like 3 goggle deal.
Sure,
I could
yeah.
just, I have that on me, and I have a smoke grenade like ready in my hand.
Okay. Smoke is just the visual, right? It's
Yeah.
just okay. All right.
Dude,
So what
so do
is
you have
the
any-
plan?
It says it obstructs vision. It's -4.
Yeah.
Well, I heard my plan, so that's
Right.
what I'm. Yeah. What's y'all's
Do-
plan?
Dusa, do you have any other grenades?
More grenades?
What do you have in your arsenal?
Oh, let me
Like
look at
left.
my pockets. And they like each of their pockets is like sorted into
Okay, I've got 3 flashbangs and 4 smoke and 3 sleeping.
Can I have a sleeping, please?
yeah, and takes it out and it's like labeled sleep.
There you go. You're welcome.
Oh, actually, you know what? Striker,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna hold out the sleep grenade in my hand. But you probably should use this one.
And I go out to reach and grab it. I look at them both. And I go, 2 grenades. Nice.
You're welcome. Use those wisely.
I go to like pat his head and just miss.
Yeah, because you know where I'm at. And then I turn around and keep walking.
You just see the
The
grenades
Striker's
floating in the air until he puts them within the suit. So just these 2 floating.
I like to do a flip, like just like flip it, catch it, and like yeah, and then put it in my pocket.
Momo, what are you doing? It's still observing, but what else are you doing?
I'm observing, and I'm kind of like trying to study like which of these creatures, not the one that we're attempting to get, like we're attempting to take out, but the other 2. I'm trying to like figure out which one of them is stronger.
Okay. I would say the one that's a little more shark related seems to have a little more of the brute strength. The other is seems a little more dexterous, versatile in that regard. Yeah.
So I want to mind control the shark man if I can.
Okay.
Basically, when I mind control, I can control a target within 12 feet or 24 yards by making a focus roll. If successful, the target must make a spirit roll to resist,
Okay.
or they're being controlled for as long as I care to maintain the power, or they break free. But breaking free is only if it's for, if I have them cause harm to someone that they care about, and these creatures I don't think care about each other. I feel like they're not friends though. Like, our creature is a new creature, so if I ask the shark man to fight the new creature, I feel like that's going to be okay, because the new creature is new and not friends with these other guys.
So I assume this is an opposed roll, so you will set the target number for the target to then beat. Generally how that works, I think.
Yes.
So, yeah, so go ahead and make that focus roll on your end.
I'm going to spend a Benny.
Okay. Yours, or are you cutting into groups?
I just spent mine. I'll probably use a group Benny if this sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, use up your own first, and then we'll go to those. Just keep it easy.
All right, I'm doing that again. It's terrible. I haven't I've exploded one time tonight. 8.
8 is the target. All right, that's good. That's good. Okay. I'm gonna spend a minute.
How many bennies do you have, Todd?
Not enough. Okay, that will be a failure on my end.
Good.
So you reach out, Momo, and you tap in, and you tap into this creature's mind, and there's just aggression and just hunger and animalistic rage in there. Is not really. I would say that you'd probably be quite familiar with these individuals, these augmented soldiers, right? And what you're experiencing is not unexpected. Oftentimes, these soldiers are, when they're created, they're brainwashed. You know, they don't really have any recollection of things. You know, they're just basically programmed to be these soldiers. Dusa is kind of a rare instance where, you know, they still kept some of their consciousness, whatnot, and like that. So,
okay.
But yeah.
So in in its brain, what does the other creature look like? Not the one we're trying to get, but the other more dexterous
like
one?
bat, like had bigger
the bat,
ears.
like, right.
Yeah, furry.
So,
yeah.
So I kind of just like conjure like a picture in this shark man's mind, of like the bat like lashing its wings out and like snapping its like sharp fangs at it, to get it riled up and to direct it at this bat to start trying to do some harm.
So you want the shark against the bat?
Yeah.
Right, each other. Okay. Okay. So you focus on that, and you kind of like will it to do so, and it does turn its focus towards the other one, and it just kind of let out this strange growl, and then launch towards almost like a spear tackle into the other one. They careen into a pile of desks there and clutter, and then they just start fighting at each other.
So while that's happening, like I kind of try to keep like my mental, like I try to keep an eye on the shark creature to hopefully keep kind of spurring it on as my companions move into position. And I reach out to the others and say, 2 of them are down. Come in and get it.
Thank you. All right, Heart. Let's go.
He just nods quietly and starts bow out, moving.
All right. So has Stryker gone on his way then? I guess by this point, though.
Was I privy to that last message?
I think we told you to go in there and wait.
Yeah, because like I don't know if would I have heard that 2 of them were down.
Yeah,
I think
Momo,
I
are
told
you telling Stryker that
I
as
tell
well?
everybody.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
He doesn't need to know why.
Yeah, I would be walking, and I would just be walking forward like sneakily, right? And I'd be like, in my own head, which I guess you can hear, right? This is weird. I would say, 2 down already. All right, and I continue walking.
So you head down the hallway. Dusa and Hearth probably following up a little bit behind, playing catch up. But you go around and you see that you turn around the hallway there and enter into a little bit of like a a clean room or we call it chemical room when you need to get washed down. And you have to go through that to then enter into this area proper. So that's all, again, that is like open, doors kind of crash through. So you just head through in there. And there's still a little bit of action going on. The operatives are dwindling quite a bit as now these two, you come in, Stryker, and you see two of these chimeras on the ground, like wrestling with each other. Shark-looking and bat-looking individuals, like just wailing at each other, just chaos, kind of jumping back and forth. Pretty crazy. And then you see the third individual that I described earlier, larger, much more of a Hulk figure, just beast creature, just going at the the remaining operatives in the room.
Okay,
I'd
should
like
we
to-
plan?
Oh no, you go ahead.
I was gonna say I'd like to just like communicate that to the rest of the team, that all this stuff is going down in front of me.
Good to
Stay
know.
safe.
Then I'd say, what's the signal? And what should I do? They're all hitting each other right now.
The big one. That's your target.
And then I would wait for everybody to do their deal so they can tell me to go ahead.
All right, Hearth. Shall we coordinate attack?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Focus, maybe try to focus closer to the head if we can.
All right,
Disorientate.
Perfect. And they knock their own kind of explosive arrows there. Say,
all right, same time.
Yeah.
Right.
Once we do that, Stryker, if you want to go in with your grenades, or whatever you want to do, that's your cue.
Copy.
So Duzla and Hearth, you are rushing into the room and then you're going to attempt to take a shot at the creature. Right?
Yes.
That's the attempt? Okay. All right. So for that, just to see, you're not going to come in most likely unannounced. You're going to come in and potentially going to be noticed here. So we're gonna see if you can get that off up front. Momo, anything else you would be doing?
So as I'm trying to, like, I keep my mind engaged with the shark creature, but like I still have, like, I'm still able to kind of have movement. So I take my I kind of like take the lift. I try to quietly lift the screen kind of out of this area so that I have a clear kind of purview, and I take my my rifle and I aim it at this creature to try to throw in a backup shot while those other two are fighting.
All right. Let's go with, I need... that. Bring you into initiative here real quick and just see what we get. Oh, I need to have... I'll use the shark token there. Okay, so everyone is looking good. Momo, would you like to redraw a card there?
Yes, I would.
For a Benny?
Can I use the group Benny?
Yeah. New card is an 8 of spades.
That's fine.
Okay. So all of you, I'd say, Momo, you are pretty hidden as well. Borderline getting the drop in the situation. But okay, so everyone is going to be able to react before the creature notices the rest of you. So, Stryker, what is your move?
Is what we're looking at where we're all at in position, or?
No,
I'm seeing-
you're in that room. Yeah, it's not,
okay.
not exact, but you're in that room, yeah.
Okay. And this room that we're in has the people that are
Yes. Yeah.
that are fighting the chimera, the two chimeras fighting each other, correct?
Yep.
And are they close to each other? Like, what's like the layout of the scene?
So I'd say like the two fighting each other, maybe they ended up, south of the room here. They're just they're moving about quite a bit. There are a couple operatives left. They're trying to take cover behind, the chairs. They're shooting out. as the main target, kind of rushes over, grabs one of them, takes him out, kind of a thing, just
Okay.
moving about the room. So there is a lot of focus on
Okay.
those scenes right there. As you all have come into the room behind some debris and are able to then act
Okay.
as you wish.
If I wanted to throw both grenades, is that possible? Or is it just one after another?
You can at a multi-action penalty, so it'd be a -2 to both action. So you definitely can do that. So you'd make fighting rolls on each, but they'd be at a -2.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. So I'm doing fighting.
So what
which is
grenades are you throwing?
So I'd like to throw the sleep grenade at the main target.
Okay.
And the smoke grenade at the other two that are fighting.
The other chimeras. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
the other chimeras.
So first one, let's go with that. Go ahead and make a fighting roll -2.
So 2d6s.
And do we have info sleeping? I got it right here. Every target.
Sleepy, sleepy.
Oh, that's right. With the one with the other one. Okay.
So with the -2, I have a 3.
All right. So that won't be a success. So you
Benny.
need.
Use
Benny.
a Benny.
Yeah,
I will Benny.
I think you are all at 4 group bennies.
Yes,
Unless
again.
did you use your own there?
Yeah, I
Striker?
use my own.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, I gotta. So does the 6 still work even though I have -2?
Comes down to a 4. Yeah. 4 is a success.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
then yeah, I got a 4.
Yep. So you throw the first grenade and it launches, kind of like rolls right up underneath this target here, and then lets out the gas and this plume and goes off and begins like just flailing about, then attempting to kind of wave it away here. Let's see what happens here. That's a 17 on that. So it waves it away, and it doesn't even seem like it does anything. It just annoys it a little bit, kind of like kicks it, as it sputters out, and then kind of turns around and looks in your direction. I would say you're still invisible with your suit, though. However, so he doesn't
Yes.
really have any reaction to that. And kind of turns back to the individuals with the guns. Go ahead and make your next roll for the other grenade.
Another couple d6s with
And
that
what
-1.
was this? Just a standard grenade?
No, this is a
Uh,
smoke grenade. Right?
Smoke. Okay.
This
Yeah.
one here is a smoke grenade, yeah.
Okay.
Affected zone is considered pitch black, doesn't affect infrared or thermal imaging. The smoke lasts for 1d6 rounds, 2d6 in a
Okay.
closed area, or 1d4 with high winds.
All right.
Cool. So
Let her fly.
I'm gonna spend a Benny. I have 2 bennies left, or 1 Benny left for this. Yeah, I'm just gonna spend another Benny. I'm just gonna make this work. It's gonna happen.
Do it, do it.
It didn't happen.
Oh
Gotta-
no!
Not gonna happen?
No.
No, not gonna happen. And through a 2.
All right. No snake eyes, huh?
Nope.
Okay. So you go to launch this other grenade, and you just come up well short, and it's going to hit into the middle of the room and start going off there. So it didn't get to your target, and now the middle of the room kind of like darkens, and vision begins to obscure through that. Dusa and Hearth, you're up.
Alright, so you want to go first?
Why don't we roll at the same time since we're doing the same thing?
So
Sounds
technically, via cards, Dusa has the higher card.
Oh,
But we need a
we'll roll
deciding
together.
factor.
Okay, I'm
Roll
down for rolling together.
I also do because I have
Oh, sorry. I
infrared.
thought you were rolling to see who goes first. Sorry.
No. Rolling
Carry
together.
Just duo bows right side by
Duo, just-
side, letting go. Yeah.
Best friends. Shooting
Okay.
bows.
That,
That's a
that
6.
exploded.
Nice.
Oh, that exploded twice.
Very nice.
So I got 2 6s and a 4. So that's 16.
All right. And who are you going after? I guess I should ask.
The biggin.
Big boy.
Okay. Were you doing called shots or anything, or just going after it?
I was gonna do a cold shot to the head.
Yeah,
You
I was
were?
gonna go to like chest head region.
So head is -4.
Minus
Is a
four.
-4 on the roll.
Do I have a thing that helps me? Would this be technically a foe's attack penalty, or no?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so. Yeah.
I'll split a Betty because I only rolled a 6. And I want to get this. a 1. That's a 4. I'm gonna spend another penny. That's the last penny I'm spending. No, I do not.
Can I give Dusa one of my bennies?
It's okay. I have one left.
There's group bennies.
I'm okay. I'll spend one more. Heck it. Let's go.
Group benny?
No, I'm spending one of my own. That's
Okay.
that's another 6. No,
How many plus ones do we have?
none.
None.
It's fine.
All right, dude. So you go and the smoke begins to obscure your own vision, and you know, frustration there kind of maybe rings out as it throws off your aim, and you try to go, and the Chimera is going wild as well, and it's really tough. So you let go of the arrow, and it just goes clear over his shoulder as it reaches down to attack one of the other individuals. Hearth, are you doing a headshot as well? You said.
Correct. I got a 16, so reduced by 4 would be 12.
12. Okay, fantastic. So that against a ranged attack, so it'll hit. You will have a raise on that there, and
Is it
plus
two
4 damage from the headshot as well.
Plus 4. Plus 5.
So you have so extra d6 and then plus 4 on the roll overall.
All right. Plus an extra d6, so it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus 4 is 17, plus 1 is 18, plus it says they add 2 damage, so 20, plus an SBT. I don't know what
Small
SBT
blast
is.
template.
Plus an SBT.
Oh, that's just for the range, so it doesn't.
Cool.
It probably
So
doesn't.
then
really,
it'd be I add plus 2 damage for the explosion from the arrow, so that'll be a total of 20 damage.
20 total damage. Fantastic. Okay. So you see this arrow just go into the back side of this creature's head, and this loud explosion goes off. It kind of like pushes away some of the smoke, clearing the air, and it writhes back in pain and lets out a really loud growl as that hits. 10 there. Yeah, fantastic. You do a significant strike a significant blow to this creature. It is not out, but it is heavily wounded. Momo, what are you up to?
I'm gonna take my shot. I don't know if I should do a called shot or not. I feel like I want to, but at the same time, it also feels like maybe it's not worth it.
You can see that it's heavily wounded.
All right, so I'm just gonna try and get him in his chest. I feel like he's probably got some shrapnel in his brain already, so I'm sure he's fine. 4.
All right, that's a success, so make your shot.
2d8. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11.
Oh,
Fantastic.
sorry, 12. I get a plus 1.
12. Okay. So, shot comes out. You all see this shot like come out from the ceiling through the vent as Momo pulls and comes across and hits the creature in the back. And it once again lets out another roar in pain and stumbles and staggers and then falls to its knees. And then you hear it call out, "Why?" And then it fall to the ground.
No! Oh, I feel so guilty.
I feel a little bit of guilt.
I don't feel guilt because I warned you.
Oh, I do feel guilty.
Still
Oh
just thinking about that
no!
guy with no jaw.
Poor Striker's like right in front of it.
Sorry. Striker's gonna need PTSD.
I'm just like
counseling.
standing up looking, like I'm still in my sneaking cloaking suit, right? So I'm just sitting there like looking at what just happened, see the headshot, and I'm I'm just like, that's gruesome. I see the liver shot, see what's happening, see him scream out why. You can't see me, but I just like look at you.
I reach out to Striker alone, and I say, "This job isn't glamorous. It's just necessary. We did a good thing here today. I know it doesn't feel like that, but It's us or them.
Do we
Yeah.
need to break?
No, go ahead.
No, go.
Oh, I was gonna be like, yeah. You're right. It's just a lot when it happens right here in front of me.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Goes in the corner.
I'll say that the other two continue this fight back and forth, and it looks like the one that kind of looks like the shark seems to, dispatch the other one, maybe not take him out completely, but, incapacitate him, and then looks up kind of through the smoke and sees the three of you, Momo, if you're still up top, it just kind of like looks around and looks up, and there's another like porthole vent, and just rushes towards that, dives through it, and takes off. All the operatives, all the other researchers and whatnot just lay lifeless, scattered about the facility as well. You go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was going to say I slide out of the vent and join everybody and just kind of start making for the door. Like onto the next one.
Goodbye,
do we
sweet shark.
Do we have to bring the body with us? Like, do they want the body or do they just want it dead?
We'll say like just proof of
Cool. I'll take a
proof
quick
of death.
selfie.
Is
Selfie?
fine,
I want to take out my. You take out your encrypted cell phone.
Holding
do a
it up
selfie.
between the two of us. I hate who we
Tears
are.
running down their face, just like, yeah.
I did it.
You hold it up and you see like along its arm it has this tattoo, and it says it's just the it looks like a Z, but like you assume probably a Greek letter zeta, probably signifying like a designation or something like that.
Well, we better report this back then, and say that I guess the problem cleaned up itself.
Gesturing around.
Let's get to the chopper.
All right. Let's go.
And
Before
then
you- Go ahead.
Did
Go
Momo
ahead.
go for the other one or no?
Nah, Mama just left, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's one that's dead. The bat one is dead, and the shark
Yeah.
left. Like I just let him go.
Oh, okay. So you just let him. Okay, I thought you were going after him, but okay, cool, gotcha.
No, I mean whatever. I wasn't asked to kill this shark. I didn't know anything about him until
Yeah,
like 5 minutes ago, so I'm fine.
you're fine.
I'd be the last to leave the room, and I'll dig into like a side pouch and I'll pull out 2 vials, and I'll drain a vial from the abomination one, and then I'll go over to the bat one and drain a second vial, and I'll put them in there and kind of look at them for a second, put them away, and then I'll bring them back to base with us.
Alright. You rush back out of this facility and trek back through the jungle to or maybe even right there you could call in for your pickup, basically, right? So that comes in, and you're able to then be picked up and head out. Report back into HQ of the situation that you did dispatch this new prototype and dealt with them. You're commended for your efforts and are then told to keep an eye out for your next mission. And that brings us to the end of our Titan Effect adventure.
Yeah.
Good job, everyone.
That was some bloody good fun.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Bounce House, thank you so much for being here with us for this event. Hope you enjoyed it.
Bounce House.
Go check out Titan Effect if you haven't yet, and we can help you out with that. We have 3 copies here to give away, so let's go ahead and do that. So first we're going to say hello to our friends here, our wonderful cast, and then we'll do that way. Allow anyone that hasn't yet, go ahead and enter into that contest. So ! Titan in chat if you haven't yet, and then we'll give those last 3 away. So cast, please say hello. Tell our friends where they can find you online quickly, and thank you for being here. Candace, say hello.
Hi everybody, I'm Candace Magnificent. I played Momo Gatwa. You can find me across the internet at Candace the Magnificent, all one word, Candace, or on Twitter at that Candace Girl.
Fantastic. Very much lives up to that moniker, so definitely check her out. Thank you so much for being here. Love having you as always. All right, next to you is the Ray Zombie.
Hey, I'm Ray Zombie. I played Striker Dragon. I got Twitter and stuff and Twitch. It's all the Ray Zombie. Yeah. This is. I want to say this is really fun. I've never played this system before, and this is my first introduction to it with Titan Effect. It was really fun. I had a good time. So thank you for jamming. Thanks for everybody carrying me in this roleplay. Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure, Ray. Thank you. Piper, say hello.
Hello, I'm Piper or Peppa or whatever P words you want to call me. You can find me on you can find me on Twitch at Matiki and Twitter at Maddie Matiki. And this is a really fun time. I love playing Dusa. It was a lot of fun. I highly enjoyed it.
Fantastic. Always a pleasure as well. Thank you for being here. And at the end, last but not least, Logan, say hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm Logan Hanley. I played Hearthmoot. You can find me on all the social medias and on Twitch at the Red Hair Inn. Hair, Hare, not hair as in the stuff on your head.
All right. Thank you for being here as well. So I have been your director for this session, Todd Moonbounce. You're obviously here in the Bounce House. Thank you. And you find me online at Todd Moonbounce. So for other great content like this, give a follow. Thank you to everyone that was here hanging out with us. Check out Titan Effect if you haven't. Setting for Savage Worlds. Check out Savage Worlds if you're not familiar with that as well. Fantastic system. Definitely a great time as always. So again, thank you so much to everyone. My cast, thank you so much. Great time. You all are amazing and beautiful. Everyone, have a great rest of your week here as we go into the weekend, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.